Live from replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. And another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. Find the full schedule at TMASTL.com. Brought to you by Ryan Kelly at thehomeloanexpert.com. The most efficient mortgage process you'll ever experience.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT-FM, HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
I went through absolute hell with my 16-year-old, just turned 16-year-old son, trying to get his driver's license at this Deer Creek driver's place the other day. It was like a scene from Saturday Night Live. 50 people in there trying to test for driver's license. 3 women working there, most of them eating. All of them, at least...
2 of the 3 were eating.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Yeah, mathematically, it has to be it.
All of them 3 bills at least, moving in slow
I know
motion.
one of them, Doug,
Slow
and I heard
mo.
about your behavior. You walked in there and you said, "Where's the line for Sons of Emmy winners?"
No. 2 hours we were there. 2 hours. After about an hour, my son is finally up, and the lady takes him out there walking almost backwards. She is walking so slow. He gets in the car for the test, and she looks at the car and says, That's what she said. And with that, she turned and walked back into the building in slow motion. And that's all she said. And then went back and took the next person.
Why?
I don't understand.
That was our question, too. We thought maybe she would at least tell us, and my son's coming out with his hands up. What did I do? I didn't even drive yet. And so I went back into it. I said, what happened? She goes, tags. I said, what? Tags. And then she took another bite of pizza. I said, what do you mean?
What kind of pizza?
It looked like a sausage.
From where?
I don't know.
Like Racanelli's,
Not
Tim?
really the point.
Biggies.
Then she says, you ain't got tags. I said, I ain't got tags. Yeah, you can't take the test without tags.
Well, what are you driving around with expired tags?
Yeah, what's your problem?
It wasn't. Someone had peeled off the tags, both front and rear license plate, parking in the city. Of course, someone had stolen both of my inspection tags.
She didn't do it.
You don't know that.
No, but that's why he couldn't take the test. You got to have one tag at least. Ah! So I went to the next building down and paid for tags again that I had just bought a month ago. Had to buy them again, $12. So then I came.
Pay cash? Did you pay cash?
Yeah, I paid cash. I had it with me. So then I put the stickers back on both license plates and then back inside the testing bureau. And you go, all right, you have to go to the end of the line now. Back we went to the end of the line, behind another 30 people. 2 hours we waited. 2 hours. While these women walked around in super slow motion. People are laughing. People that have got more time than I do just thought it was the funniest thing in the world. Ah! He finally gets up 2 hours later, and by now it's 3 o'clock, and I'm supposed to be at Busch Stadium about an hour ago. He gets up again and flunks the test. Failed the driver's test. She said,
K-turn?
He said after he came out of the parallel parking, he didn't turn on his blinker. The first thing they do is test you for parallel parking. When he got out of the spot, he didn't turn on his blinker. And then
Are you supposed to?
Do you do that every time you leave a parking spot? You turn on your blinker?
I don't think I do.
No. And then they said, then he came to a stop in the middle of an intersection. I said, baloney. They just wanted to fail him.
Jim Edmonds, a fan of your story. Told you, right around 8 o'clock. That's
Probably
his
been
time.
there and done that.
Doug kills me, he says.
2 hours. 2 hours! Move a little faster! Put down the pizza! There's 30 people here waiting! At one point, someone called 30 people. At this time, there was just one lady, and there's just one waiting on 30 people, and someone called and wanted directions to the place, and it took her 5 minutes to tell this guy how to get there! Look it up on the internet! There's 30 people waiting! Put down the pizza and test the drivers! Ah! My son's riding a bike. He ain't driving.
You should have had the tags.
They stole the stickers. They stole them from me. Both front and rear.
She has rules. Although I do think she should have just told you right there what it was instead of just saying...
Tags. That's what she said. That was her explanation. Tags. What do you mean tags? I gotta be somewhere. It was just like a skit from Saturday Night
Did
Live.
they have a box of pizza and they were all like just grabbing a slice?
No, every now and then I just looked there and one of them would be eating it. I don't know where it came from. Maybe they keep pizza there all the
They
time.
don't get a lunch break.
Oh, they were taking plenty of break. Every now and then one of them would just walk away. Just get up and go. We don't know where she went. How long was I there? I was there 2 hours. And we still didn't get the darn line. I got to go back. Have to go back. They stole my tags.
When you say tags, you sound like Martz and Trent.
I like tags. You got to have them. You can't take your test without tags, and they stole them from me.
San Diego Chargers are off this week, but next week, Vincent Jackson.
I hate Vinny Jackson.
He stole your tag?
He cost me $1,000. That's what he did.
Who do you dislike more, Vincent Jackson or the DMV folk?
I don't like the DMV folk. 2 hours I was there, they stole my tags, they ate pizza, and we still flunked the test. I gotta go back.
Were you mad at your son?
I have to go back. I gotta go back. I'm getting worked up again. Gotta get over it.
Yes, Douglas.
Yeah, I want to find out what the future of Tony La Russa for the Cardinals as the Cardinal manager.
Doug, you handling questions?
I can take that question. I don't think we really know what the future is, Douglas. He signed through this year, I believe, and then he's going to decide at the end of the year whether the club wants him back and whether he wants to come back.
Yeah, I know a lot of people have been talking about the future of Albert Pujols.
Doug, you handle that?
Oh, yeah, I can take that one, too. That's another one that's still up in the air. He says he's going to play out the string and then make himself available to all teams in free agency at the end of the year.
Yeah, but why do you think he's going to be leaving the Cardinals?
Doug?
I think he wants a bigger contract than what the Cardinals have offered him so far.
Yeah, that money was there for him.
Daryl Porter was...
No, he didn't say Daryl Porter. He said the money was there for him.
Yes.
They offered him a nice contract. They're right around the start of spring training, but he turned it down, Douglas.
All right, let's talk about the upcoming season for the St. Louis Rams.
All right?
This is a make-or-break season for the Rams going into the 2011 season.
Yeah?
And if Steve Spagnuolo don't get it done this year, he's going to be the next coach to get the boot.
Yeah, I think that might be the case. I heard they have a tough schedule, but I don't have it in front of me. You have the schedule in front of you there?
Huh?
You don't have the Rams schedule in front of you there?
Rams schedule.
Oh, all right.
Any knowledge on who the Cardinals will be playing?
About the Brewers series.
Yes.
This is a brutal series for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
And if we don't win this one, if we lose all 3 games to the Brewers and do all 3 games next week, I think the future may be gone for him.
For La Russa?
Yes.
Would you like to see him gone, or do you like Tony?
Unless this team can turn it around.
Good answer.
All right, do you have the Rams 2011 schedule?
Yeah, I got it. It's they take on the Eagles to start the season.
That's a home game?
That is a home game, Douglas. Then you'll be up in New York for the Rams and Giants on a Monday night game. Then they're back home and take on the Baltimore Ravens.
Baltimore Ravens?
Yes, sir.
And then on the 4th week?
Week 4, Tim.
Then that will be the Washington Redskins.
That could be right here.
That, Doug, where is the Washington Redskins game?
I think that's right here.
Yep, there you go. So they got 3 of 4 at home to start. But the thing is, Douglas, as you know, those are some tough clubs with the exception of the Redskins. You're talking about some playoff teams or teams that were right there in the mix until the final couple weeks of the season. That's not going to be easy for Steve Spagnuolo, as you know.
Game week number 5?
They got a bye week, and then they go to Green Bay on October 16th, Douglas.
And then week 6?
Week 6 is Green Bay because week 5 is a bye week.
Right.
Week 7?
Week 7 at Dallas.
That's a toughie.
You're damn right.
Week
8.
Well, they got week 8.
New Orleans. Here.
New Orleans?
New Orleans is here. And then we move to week 9.
Tomato.
And they go out to the Valley of the Sun. That's against Arizona, the team that used to be here, Douglas.
Yeah.
Then we get to double digits, and we're at week 10, and they're at Cleveland.
Doug, week 10.
Yeah.
And then week 11,
We're all the way through,
week
aren't we?
11, they play Seattle at home. This is where it gets a little easier, Douglas. They get, on November 20th, they get Seattle here, and then a week later they get Arizona here.
Yes. So we played in 3 straight weeks.
Yes. Well, we play Cleveland, Seattle, Arizona.
Yeah, the NFL hasn't done that thing yet where you play a team 3 games in a row.
At the Arizona?
It's
Yes.
at Frisco, at San Francisco. Then it's a big Monday night showdown on ESPN against Seattle, at Seattle, and we're down to just 3.
And one of the last 3 games,
Cincinnati at home, and then they go to Pittsburgh. That could be chilly. That's Christmas Eve.
Yes, it is.
Happy holidays.
And then they finish off the year, Douglas, on January 1st here against San Francisco. That'd be a tough ticket that day.
so we don't have Indianapolis on the schedule.
Doug,
Not on the schedule this year, no.
So we play at Pittsburgh and at Cleveland, and then we at home games against Baltimore. What about Cincinnati?
We got them at home.
December 18th,
Yeah,
Douglas.
that's late.
So I tell you that this schedule, this could be the one that could determine the future of Magnolia.
Who?
Yeah.
I told you,
Magnolia?
and if we're going to make the playoffs, if they're going to make the playoffs this year, it's going to have to be the first 4 games of this season.
Ooh, it's tough.
And that's going to decide whether the Cardinals are right or wrong. Well, the Rams are right or wrong.
Yeah.
So you think if they start off the season 0-4, then there's just some real problems on our hands here?
Yeah, it's a real problem.
You'll be happy to know the Blues start off with 2 at home to begin the season. October 8th against the Preds, and the 10th, here comes Calgary.
Then the 10th, they come on the road.
No, we start off with 2 at home. The Blues get their first 2 games at home. Predators and Flames.
They got 81. You going to read 82 home games?
They're on the road. The 4 road games.
Yeah.
Dougie's asking you a question.
I don't. I think it's on the road.
What?
The game.
On that West Coast trip.
Yeah, the West Coast trip. All those games on the West Coast are road games.
They own that home against Nashville.
That's what I understand. I don't have the schedule in front of me. A lot of games.
And you know, Winnipeg is on the schedule.
Winnipeg is back.
Yeah. What'd you think of that move? What'd you think of the Atlanta club moving up to Winnipeg?
They're going to see them one time.
Just once. You like schedules, don't you, Douglas?
Yeah. I just want to know for sure about the first 4 games on the road that the Blues are going to play.
First 4 on the road for the note. Douglas, you'll be happy to know that they go to the Stars. They play San Jose. Oh, it's that West Coast swing right off the bat.
Those are all road games on the West Coast.
They are. When you leave the town, it's road game, yep. All right, Douglas.
And what about L.A.?
The Los Angeles Kings schedule. Doug, do you have the Los Angeles?
They get the Kings the final game of that West Coast trip on Tuesday, October 18th.
We're going to see what happens to the Blues if things don't get turned around. David Payne going to be on the hot seat if the team don't perform.
Just like Spagnuolo and LaRussa.
Okay.
A lot of hot seats.
Okay. I got to go now.
All right, Douglas.
All right.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. If you thought the real estate market was hot last year, just wait. It's only January, and we are pre-approving record numbers of borrowers looking to buy a home. The competition is going to be fierce, and if you're even considering, even thinking about buying a home this year, let's talk. Let's get you pre-approved today. The 5-minute loan approval, only available at thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326240.
Celebrate your favorite team's touchdowns this year with Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. May their feet be swift and their aim be true. May the refs be forever in your favor and your whiskey always Tullamore Dew. Tullamore Dew, The original triple blended, triple distilled, smooth sipping Irish whiskey, made exactly for game day moments like these. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Please enjoy Tullamore Dew responsibly.
Enterprise Contracting is your locally owned and operated storm damage insurance claims specialist in roofing, siding, and gutter replacement and repair. They can help evaluate your home for storm damage from hail and wind that the St. Louis area continually receives year-round. Work with the great Connor Lee at Enterprise Contracting. Give them a call and just mention the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM at 314-455-5000. That's 314-455-5000.
Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:09.
Where is
in
Tim?
St.
You're
Louis.
not Tim at all. What have you done with him?
Why would I even try?
He's
Where's
had,
Tim?
he's had a kid almost 12 hours. He should definitely be here by now.
I don't know. What it's taken him so long to get back. Go ahead, Jackson.
All right. 7:09 St. Louis. You're listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM, The Potted Plant, TMASTL.com, YouTube.com/TMASTL, and our new app, TMASTL, available wherever podcasts are downloaded. Boys, congratulations to Tim.
Yes.
Congratulations to Anna Marie. They have a child. Everyone is well. So God bless to the family. And Tim will be back on Monday to bring some heat to the presentation. Mm-hmm. But in the meantime, the Friday Four is what I've deemed us. We're the Friday Four.
Oh.
We're just going to be breaking it all down. And Doug, Villy.
Ville. What has he won 6 in a row?
Something like that.
And when he plays, they give up 1 goal. And when Bennington plays, it's a lot more than that.
Gave up an early goal. It wasn't his fault, but that's all.
I mean, he's been awfully good. Well, statistically, like the best in the league. So I think he's number 1 right now. I bet he plays again tomorrow afternoon. I think there's been a changing of the guard.
I think so. I mean, it's, you can only write on winning the Stanley Cup for so long. Just because he did that, if you start playing bad, well, he's our guy. He got us a Stanley Cup. So what? If he's not playing good, he's not your goaltender. The other guy is.
Well, it could be that he's a one-hit wonder, but that was the biggest hit you could possibly deliver to this franchise and to the city.
Right.
So for that, we'll forever be indebted to him.
Yeah.
We're already writing him off into the sunset here?
No, I'm saying if this is what happens, if it turns out that he was just the best going for 1 year, and after that he's average or below average goaltender, then that's okay.
Well,
That's all
he
right.
was worth the money just to see if it was, maybe just not a one-year wonder.
Yeah, he got paid. He got paid big time, and I think you have to credit Berube and Armstrong for saying, you know what, he's just not our best guy right now.
Right.
Because it's hard when you're paying somebody $6 million a year to be your number 1 goalie, and he's won it for you to sit him on the bench. That's hard.
Yep. Yeah. Well, we talked to Chris Kerber about it on we talked to him this week, and we also talked to him last week, and he just said, having 2 good goaltenders is never a bad thing.
No.
And Benner might be struggling, but you're going to need 2 goalies if you're going to make a run for the Cup. And you have to think that, Villy's hot. He might cool down. Benner might heat back up, but it's always good to have 2 really solid goaltenders. And Lindgren, your guy, Chucky Sideburns.
Right.
Down there, where is he, in Springfield?
I believe so, yeah. He was 5-0 while he was here.
Yeah, so, it's never a bad thing to have so many quality goaltenders, especially with a team that could be making a run.
They seem to find goaltenders.
They sure do.
I can't remember a year where we had a bad goaltender.
Roman?
Well,
Pay attention, Roman. They're shooting from center ice.
I can't remember that.
The Ryan Miller trade where he gave up
that was
ton in the first round.
That was maybe.
That was the one.
That was a year of just, if you go to message boards, it was Ryan Miller every day.
Freddie Brathwaite was the best goaltender in the
I think
league.
that was when I got here to St. Louis.
Well, I'm saying I can't remember. So you're talking about things I really don't remember. Ryan Miller, I do remember. But you go with Elliott, you go with Bishop, you just look back, and guy's great for a couple of years. Another guy comes along, he sucks, he moves on. We got another great goaltender. It's the way it works in this organization.
Yeah.
That's all the hockey I know.
Happy Friday, boys. Doug, what time will you be over there to suck my ass? That's from
What?
Eric in the Central West End.
I played Indian ball with his dad.
I didn't know you had a date this weekend, Doug.
I'm going to call his father.
You're going to call his father?
First of all, I'm going to suspend him.
Oh, we'll paperwork early in the
Yes,
morning.
let me do some paperwork. Eric in the Central West End has been suspended, and he's not only been suspended a period of 2 days' time, I'm going to call his father. That's exactly what I'm going to do, see if we can get this straightened out. He needs an intervention.
Now, how will this conversation go, Doug? Will you invite him, the father, over to your house and have that discussion? Do you do it?
I'll probably go over there, kind of like The Exorcist, show up in the shadows with a briefcase. I even know his grandmother. Marilyn's still around.
What's his dad's name?
His dad was Jim.
So you have an intervention. Jim, you need to talk to Eric here because this ass is not getting eaten by your son. Can we take care of this, please?
I feel like that's fair. I wanted to delay this until maybe 7:30, but there's so many texts coming in about it. Morning, fellas. I just used my urine as a writing tool and spelled out "Strodecast sucks" in yellow letters in a snowbank.
Yeah,
it's a whiteout.
Boy,
you're going to get somebody
hydrated.
killed, my friend, with your reckless forecasting.
My goodness. I mean, it's a flake.
I don't know. It's more than a dusting.
Now, look, it came out of nowhere. I mean, nobody else in the city said there was going to be snow today, so they all sucked.
I was jackknifing all over the highway.
Yeah, you weren't.
I
Because
should have left
there's not a piece of snow on the
I should have given myself an hour extra
Well,
time.
I left at 2 in the morning and just got here.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, I got here in 4.5 minutes because I hit almost every red light.
Well, sure, you're close enough to walk.
Yeah, the other day I hit every green light, and it took me 3.5 minutes to get home. Today I hit every green light except for this one right here to pull into the parking lot, and that's another one that's a 5-minute light.
That's a long light.
God almighty.
Especially when it's snowing, and you got to get out there and clear the windshield.
But look, when I say snow, I mean accumulation. I say accumulation. This is nothing. A few flakes. You can't even. I didn't even have my wipers on the way here.
You tell that to the school bus full of children stuck in a snowbank.
But right now, I think we discussed that when snow hits the ground. I mean, there is actually snow on the ground. I'm not saying it's a lot by any means. You can't even. I don't even know if you could measure.
You can't.
That.
It's not. Snow is unless there's accumulation. It's not. It doesn't count. Now, you all read your apps yesterday talking about it. There was nobody said snow today, so they're all wrong.
But that's where they count on you.
Well,
you said
I had the same forecast as them.
But you've got the special Doppler. You've got power Doppler.
That's right, and it didn't. It didn't detect this, so this just came out of nowhere.
Is your Doppler battery powered or is it solar based?
No, I have batteries in it.
Oh, nice.
Double D's.
Of course.
No, it's just
There's so many ways you could go.
It's that weird wind that came out of the north.
Oh, wind from the north, Doug.
Yeah, you don't get that very often, and it's blowing down to my good friend George from the train wreck.
Who's George?
I do like the train wreck.
George Hansford. He's on the
What
train
is that,
wreck
George
forever.
Hansford? Like I'm supposed to know who it is.
Everybody knows George.
I don't. None of us do. We've not met him.
Brentwood guy.
I know if I saw him.
He moved to Key West.
Oh, did
and he has a charter service down there, the Courage. If you're ever in Key West, you're looking for charters, go talk to George at Courage.
That's a drastic lifestyle change.
He takes you out, and you see dolphins and all kinds of stuff. But he's back. He's coming back in
down
town.
there working for him. If you're not the
I've
classic
asked him
guy who
many
looks like a
times.
Key West guy,
I've asked him many times. You need somebody to swab the deck.
He needs a Gilligan.
Clean out the snorkel mask, whatever you need.
Yeah.
Bring me down there.
But he said no.
Because I would be a Key West guy.
You would be. You'd fit in well.
I would. But he's coming up here this weekend, and I said, you're probably going to have warmer weather up here because it's supposed to get down to like 38
Oh, cut it out.
in
the
South
Keys?
Florida.
Really?
Yeah.
38?
Cut it out.
I saw temperatures at low of 38, high of 44
Stop it.
down in South Florida.
Where in South Florida?
Key West.
How is
Boy,
that
if it's-
even possible?
If it's that cold there, how's it going to be like in Miami or?
They're going to cancel.
It's cold all
everything.
over the place. It's cold all over Florida.
Yeah, let's look at this Key West.
Look at it again. I saw 38. Well, somebody posted it. Somebody said, Key West, are you kidding me? And all up down the South Coast and up to Orlando is going to be in the 30s.
Oh man, when they would get down to like 50 in Florida, they would all be in their hoodies
Okay.
and long pants.
Well, you
and-
don't have furnaces.
right. Well, they're also just like not used to it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's so much humidity in the air that when it's cold, it's really cold.
Yeah. When was it the coldest for you in Miami, Doug? Do you remember a day?
Oh, the coldest I ever was when I went to an Orange Bowl game on New Year's Eve night, and I would, wore a golf shirt because it was
Miami,
65, 68
right.
degrees during the day, and then that night it got down to like low 50s maybe.
Yeah.
With the wind blowing, I was frozen, frozen.
Yeah, I remember one Christmas, we all decided we're going to have Christmas in Orlando at my sister's house. So everybody flew down to Orlando. Well, I flew down a week before. I told Kelly, I'll come a week before, and we can just hang out, and and then when everybody else gets down here, it'll be Christmas, and they'll be here for a week. And then I'll stay a couple days later. I stayed a little bit later so I could celebrate New Year's Eve.
Sure.
The week I was there, it was 90 degrees every day in Orlando. As soon as all my other family flew in for their week for Christmas, it got down to like in the 40s every day. The day they left, it was back up to 90. And they said, God, is it always this cold? I said, I was here for a week. It was 90. Anyway, they had the heater on outside. They had a space heater on outside. It was just freezing.
Yeah.
But I saw that, and I said, that can't be right. There's no way it gets into the 30s in Key West.
Now, this says Jupiter, Florida. When are you saying it's going to be in the 30s?
This weekend I saw.
This says it's like in the mid-60s in Jupiter this weekend.
The low?
What? No, that's next weekend. This weekend, high of 61 Saturday, 57 on Sunday.
High.
But it's got a low of 36.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Now, this is kind of bizarre, gentlemen. I'm looking at the YouTube live stream, and I saw a text about it, and I was confused. Plowsy's camera is showing nothing. There's no one. Look at this. There's no.
Oh, yeah, that is super weird.
He's like a ghost. He's a ghost boy.
Did it disappear?
I mean, we're on auto, right, Plowsy?
Jackson, that should be you. You're the one that's translucent.
I know, wouldn't you think?
And if the camera was off, wouldn't there be like black? It wouldn't be like an empty seat.
Right.
He's a ghost.
Yeah, that's
all right. I guess Plowsy's just gonna be a ghost then.
That is crazy.
He's sitting there in front of
the camera's pointed at him.
The camera must not be turned on, really.
I mean, it's
and
on.
That's maybe the last image that it had.
But if it wasn't on, it would be like black.
Right, wouldn't you think?
It wouldn't be a picture of his empty chair.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Or maybe it's just like the last thing that.
Could be the last thing that was up there.
Right. Huh. That's kind of wild.
Well, we'll figure it out. You can sit in my chair if you
I'm
want.
in the Matrix, boys.
I don't have to be on camera. So.
Yeah, but you'll have to run the board then.
Oh, no way this happening.
Call Gino.
I blame Gino for this. He's at the old station, right?
No, he's at a bunch of.
Well, it's kind of disappointing, but also I kind of munch on a bunch of snacks. So
What have you got?
I think the people like to watch you munch on this.
Well, I need to find Lisa's office. I need those Lunchables.
I'm pretty sure it's Linda.
Sutsy?
Yeah, I need to find that.
Well, this is the Munganess 7 o'clock hour, and we're just bringing heat in this Munganess 7 o'clock hour. Coming up on the Captain's Log, we have the Drops of the Week presented by the Post. We have the Cuts of the Week presented by Burrelli Cutlery, and the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Second last one of the month, am I wrong? 31st is Monday, so we have two more. Vishnu and Randy Character is in the lead with 8 wins, the JV golf coach with 4, and then Glenn Gary, Glenn Gape, Timmy Tom Tom, Brian Henshin, Tunnels Tulty, Illegitimate Ben, and Mark Hanna with a win apiece. Look, Mark Hanna.
We gave him one yesterday. He deserved it.
I forgot. I kind of forgot.
If you haven't emailed in, and say you've never emailed in, say you got a good idea. Like when I called the Rome show back in the day, I had never thought of calling a radio station. But I had 6 months off before I moved back home. And I said, you know what? I have hot takes. I'm just going to call Rome. I'm going to see. I'm going to see what I would do on Rome show, and I became one of his best callers. So you probably sit at home and think, you know what? I could write a good email. Then do it, because we are now giving things away. At the end of the month, you are going to win a prize if you win email of the day. Could be autographed swag. Could be concert tickets. It could be anything. But you're going to get something.
What if they want the swag without the autograph? Is that okay?
Well, they don't have a choice.
They have to have your autograph?
It's a strong take. It's one of the best takes ever.
This isn't Price is Right, where you get a showcase. You get to what we give you is what you get.
Nice, yeah.
But at least it's a prize.
Well, I mean, a lot of people wouldn't mind wearing a nice shirt or pullover if it didn't
I'm gonna
have
go buy one.
Somebody's name written on it. No, they want them free here.
Well, you're going to get what we give you. But at least it's something. For 5 years, we gave away nothing.
Well,
now we got things to give away. So if you never emailed in before, this is your time to start emailing in. You could win stuff.
Iggy, didn't you used to give away, like, Bago shirts?
Well, yeah. So what we gave stuff away is I go into my closet and find things.
I forgot about that. We had a bunch of live events that just had the musk of Iggy's.
Iggy's used shirts?
They were never
supposed
used.
to go to Goodwill or something?
They were used?
They were never used.
Bowling balls?
Yeah, bowling balls.
That's like a $200 value.
I gave away the bowling ball that I shot my last 300 with.
Boy, there's a collector's
That
item.
is a collector's item. Just haven't bowled one since. Close, but...
You walked away from the game after that?
No.
When did you decide to call it quits? When was your twilight moment?
When you took Fontbonne to
Wasn't
the
it
dumper?
about 4
when
years ago,
I was laying on my couch and I said, "Oh, I can't believe I got to get up and go bowling." And when I got to the bowling alley, I couldn't wait to leave.
You fell out of love.
And I yelled at people because it's their turn to bowl and they were nowhere to be found. They come back. Where were you? We were doing shots in the bar. Why don't you bowl?
Come on, bowl, man.
You can do shots here. You don't have to take the whole team into the bar to get shots when it's your turn to bowl. I don't want to sit here all day doing nothing. Well, we're having fun. I'm not having fun.
You weren't having fun at all.
And that's when I said, you know what? When the season's over, I'm done.
So you
And I did, and I haven't missed it one
stepped
bit.
away.
I haven't picked up a ball.
I believe that when my expired Mizzou Florida football tickets from the game two transfer portal kids played soft toss arrived via an account in Air Jordans in a dump truck. That's from Carlos Spicy Wiener. Tracy Woodson, lies, tell me sweet little lies, because apparently Key West is 70 degrees today.
I said the weekend. Doug just showed you the forecast in Jupiter. Now, granted, it's a few hours from Key West, but it's still South Florida. What's the low in Jupiter this weekend, Doug?
Sunday, 36.
There you go. Shut up.
Forecast low.
Tracy Woodson, take that.
Man,
I bet they have
Well,
not
listen to
had,
what I said. I said weekend.
They have not had very many days of 36 degrees in Jupiter,
No.
Florida, I wouldn't think. And we say day. That high is 57, so that's okay. But 36 is really cold down
Yeah,
there.
they don't have heaters down there. Well, I guess if they have central area. they
I'm
have
sure
heat.
some of the newer, nicer houses do. But when I was in Miami, we did not have a furnace.
Well, text in if you got furnace takes. EDF text inbox. It's 314-881-TMA5. We'll do like a press conference Friday. Ask the Deus anything. We'll take all your questions.
You know what else you don't get there in Florida? Basements.
Yeah.
A lot of parts of the
water
country, you
table.
don't get a basement.
I don't think some of it.
Yes, Oklahoma,
California.
Tornado Alley, you don't get basements. Come on.
I think some of the places won't let you have basements.
Well, the water.
Well, the foundation.
In
Water
Florida, the
tables,
water
too.
table is about an inch below the ground,
Right,
and
it's
in
too high.
Oklahoma and Texas, I think the clay is so hard, the ground,
can't even
I
get it.
think,
Yeah.
that it would be so expensive that they almost never give you a
But
basement.
a lot of those Texas houses are like 3 or 4 stories high to make up for not having a basement or a den.
The storage places do well.
Right. California,
and
I think.
you
is the
don't
way.
keep all the crap that you have. However much storage room you have, that's how much crap you keep.
Absolutely. I grew up my entire life without a basement. My house never had a
Oh,
basement.
my God.
Yep.
This is in Ladue?
Olivet. One
Where was your basement?
one level, just one level slab.
What the hell happened to your Rathskeller?
Never had one. And honestly, I really wish I had one. Now, I believe, Doug, and you have purchased homes before, so you might know this. If there's a door coming out of your basement, then the bedrooms down there count.
I believe that's true.
Okay. But if you don't
and the
have
square footage as well.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's a big. So if you can get a door going out of your basement, you're really in good shape.
I believe that's the case.
Now, we had a basement in Brentwood, in our house in Brentwood, but it wasn't like you would consider a basement where you go down and watch TV or it's carpeted. It was like concrete.
Unfinished.
And we had what we call the food cellar. My mom would say, Iggy, go get, or Kenny, they never called me Iggy back where I lived. I didn't get Iggy until high school. Kenny, go get some green beans out of the food cellar.
Well, sure.
It was like a little door with like shelves, and you had put all the canned goods up there. Then you had this big green furnace. I mean, it was metal.
Yeah.
And then next to that was the washer and dryer, and there was a little sewer where I would go to the bathroom sometimes.
Oh, the drain.
And we would play.
Air conditioner.
And it was a garage, too, so the cars would park in there. But we would play hockey. We'd take aluminum foil.
Oh.
No, we just make a big aluminum foil ball. And we just shoot it against this big green furnace. God, my mom was so mad. Are you playing hockey down there again? You just hear bang, bang. But then my dad built a bedroom down there for the boys. And so we had a bedroom down there. But then we get up in the morning, there's 2 cars parked next to our bedroom. Now, it had walls, but still, that would be considered a bedroom because we enclosed it and we had bunk beds down
I
there.
believe it's a safety thing. You're not supposed to have a bedroom unless you have a way to get out of the basement.
Sure.
Whether they had a door to get out.
We had a garage door.
Well, yeah, that would probably count.
Yeah.
But like I don't have an exit door out of the basement. So if we built a bedroom down there, I don't believe it would
That's the reason I want to get into my old house. I want to see what they did to the downstairs.
You want to live in the house that you grew up in?
No, I want to go in and look at it.
Yeah.
I tried one
I would
time and she
too.
wouldn't let me in.
Yeah, I'd love to go.
Understandable. I mean, you are a stranger.
My sister tried it.
She doesn't know who I am. Come
Iggy, my sister tried it, and they let her in. Going back about 10 years ago.
Yeah, some people will.
Yeah.
They just didn't. I said, here's my license. You can have my license. You can Google me.
Google me.
And you can see I'm a real person. I said, look, if you don't, I get it. It's just that I lived here all my life, and I just want to see kind of, reminisce a little bit. And I didn't ask any questions. I should just ask, did you guys knock out the bedroom downstairs and turn that into a real basement?
They still wouldn't let you. In this day and age, a stranger knocks on your door and wants to go through your house. The answer is no.
I wouldn't even answer the door if someone knocked.
Right.
I didn't know they were coming.
Especially if it's a man. If it's a guy with a little kid at his side, or if it's a lady, maybe. But if it's a single guy that you don't know asking to walk through your house, the answer is no.
Look, if you're living in Brentwood and you don't know who I am,
They don't know you.
then there's something wrong.
I live in Brentwood, and I know who Iggy is.
Yeah, if you live in Brentwood, I mean, I'm in the Hall of Fame. I'm known there.
And like the ID doesn't matter because you can get it back after they pass out from the ether rag. So like,
Right,
That's
after
true,
you pull the gun out of your waistband.
Yeah, at least now you know who I am.
I got some information here. You need a sex swing in your basement to count for square footage. I didn't know that. Little
I don't
package.
know.
A lot of people are saying you need like an egress window. You need 2 forms of egress. Stairs would be 1, and a minimum of a full-size window would be 2.
Yeah.
From the 314.
That's code.
That's good knowledge. That's good knowledge. People in Jupiter really need design air for some furnaces. Here.
Oh, yeah.
Here. Design air, heating, and cooling. Best in the business. Especially with the weather and the snow that's coming down right now. You need design air.
It's already stopped.
It's a whiteout.
DesignAirService.com. Plus, if we could hear a little bit about the fine folks, Seth Goldcamp and company over at Design Air Heating and Cooling.
Of course.
Well, the weather outside, cold, but if you run into any problems with your heating system, Design Air Heating and Cooling can take care of it quick, fast, in a hurry. Seth Goldcamp and his team at Design Air Heating and Cooling can come over right away. All you got to do is go to DesignAirService.com and click on the tab that says Book Now, and the next thing you know, you are talking with a Design Air Heating and Cooling service technician. And Doug has worked with them. I have worked with them. Jackson's parents have worked with them. We continue to work with them, and we wouldn't have it any other way. They are the official HVAC provider of the Ryan Kelly Morning After and the Tim McKernan Show podcast, and they are the absolute best. The sponsor of our email of the day here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After, it's Design Air Heating and Cooling. Make sure you're working with the best, the official HVAC provider of the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Online at DesignAirService.com. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling.
Text in 314-881-TMA5. You can get involved with the presentation. Coming up on the Captain's Log, we got the Drops of the Week presented by The Post, the Cuts of the Week presented by Bertarelli Cutlery, and then, of course, the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. All right, Doug, a little bit of a Sadie Hawkins.
Okay.
Just a little small one. I picked out 3 different ideas here. So we got 10 cities that have been named the most welcoming in the world.
In the world?
Yep. We can break down this.
That would be a tough one.
We can break down this.
Helsinki.
We can break down this U.S. versus El Salvador match that the Americans eked out last night.
We talking soccer?
Yeah.
You can do that. I'll go smoke.
Well, I think, Iggy, you're going to like this one the best. 65 players who could be dealt by the trade deadline in the NBA.
We got to name all 65?
Yeah.
Those are the 3?
And we got to guess.
I picked out.
I'll go smoke now. I mean, whichever one you pick,
I don't
I'm
think
not
you
going
can
to talk
smoke
about.
in this weather right now. I think you're going to need to stay indoors.
No, it's very nice outside.
It's not very nice.
You're
It's
going to
cold.
need your snowshoes.
It's not even cold.
It is cold.
Not really.
Well, it is for me. It is for most people, I think. How cold is it? It's 28
20s,
degrees.
25,
28
30.
degrees is not cold.
Compared to the last couple of days, it was like 6 yesterday.
That's even colder.
Yeah, today it's not bad at all.
Cold.
All right, Doug.
So you talk about what you want. I'm going to go warm up my coffee and probably go outside.
Well, what about the most welcoming cities? That seems like that.
Yeah, we can. I just don't. There's a lot of cities in the world.
You're going to have to give us initials.
It's in Italy.
Rome.
No.
Venice.
No.
Naples.
No. Matera, Italy.
Oh.
Should have known that.
How the hell was I supposed to get that? I've never heard of the place.
That's going to start it off.
Never heard of it.
All right, number 2. It's in Slovenia.
Slovenia. Oh, my God. Slovenia City?
Ragushnak.
Slovenia City's a good one, too.
First letter of the city.
Oh, you won't get it.
Belgrade. Belgrade.
I have a friend named Belgrade.
Belarus.
No.
That's a country.
It's Bled, Slovenia.
I guarantee we never heard of any of these.
What was it?
What's the next one?
This was really a topic?
Oh, yeah, this is good stuff right here.
Oh, yeah.
It's in Taiwan.
Oh, yeah. Taipei, Taiwan.
Bangkok and Taiwan? No.
I don't know.
Danny Mac's in the building.
How are you?
We got Danny Mac in the building.
We're trying to get cities in Taiwan.
Danny Mac.
We're trying to name cities in Taiwan.
You ever been to Taiwan? Come on in.
Hey, Doug.
Hello, Dan.
And then we're going to talk soccer.
Pre-games, Doug.
Since when?
We started about 20 years ago.
I'll try to catch one of them.
Thanks, guys.
All
Phil
right.
Jackson.
Thanks for coming in.
Hey, guys.
Don't be so nervous when you call.
You got a great show.
What are you doing? What are you doing here?
Well, I just heard you guys left 9:20, so I came over.
Well, that's a nice treat. It's good to see you.
Dude.
And then 1380 was. I thought you guys had a nice run.
We did. We
weren't
very
welcome
big.
at 1380. I think after a while.
We've been run out of every lousy station in town. We landed here. I don't get it.
Really enjoy your program.
All right, thanks, Dan.
Look at Danny. Look at caller Dan coming in to save the day from this train wreck of a segment I started.
Ours has always been the type of program where friends feel they can drop in at any time.
I thought we were being attacked because my chair got hit from the back, and then all of a sudden I turned and I see caller Dan. What a hero.
What does he think he is? Me? Just go walking in all the studios and saying hi?
He's not as big as
I
you.
like the casual look. You always see him dressed, all, got the suit and tie on television. Nice to see the casual Dan. You got the ball cap on. You got the Cardinals hoodie. Kind of just man of the people,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow, look at that fire truck.
Oh, no.
At least a 10-car pile up.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
I mean, the snow, you just can't.
Or someone that, was
Going for coffee.
Okay, Doug, I went.
All right, we got 2 more cities left to name.
Okay.
Spain. It's in Spain.
Barcelona.
No.
Madrid.
Here, I'll give you a hint.
Ibiza.
I'll give you a hint. It's also a town in Ohio.
Cleveland. Cincinnati.
Apollonia.
Dayton.
Doesn't start with a C. Does not start with a C.
Columbus.
It doesn't start with a C.
Second letter. What letters does it start with?
T. Also a city in Ohio.
Oh, next letter, please.
Caller Dan is making a real.
What now?
I don't know who that is.
Taylorville.
I think it's great that we're family, guys.
Okay. Yes, it's fabulous.
See you guys.
All right, we'll see you. Okay, T-A.
No, T-O.
T-O. Toledo.
Toledo.
That was
Toledo.
easy.
I'm sure it's not
Toledo,
pronounced like
Toledo, Spain?
Right.
Sure, I guessed it.
I guarantee you, Ibiza is more welcoming than Toledo, Spain.
How could you guarantee that?
I think they say
How could you
Ibiza.
possibly guarantee that?
And what the
Because
definition
Ibiza is
of
so laid
welcoming?
back.
Like, what are the criteria of being welcoming, Doug? Is it...
Hi? Or get out?
Would St. Louis be welcoming?
No.
I'd say probably not, because it's pretty, it's not a transient place. People live here their whole
Roach
lives.
Motel.
And that's a good question, too. How would you do that? Hey, how are you? Welcome to our country. How would you know they're not from here?
I have a feeling this is just an article trying to get clicks.
They would, Doug, they don't do that.
And who votes on this?
No one. It's one guy's article trying to get clicks.
All right,
His
you
boss
12
said,
people.
Come up with an article, come up with a list, and come up with it now.
You
And
people
that's
ever
what
been
he
to
came up with.
Taiwan? You ever been to Taiwan? What's the welcoming city there?
I don't know. And somehow this list that the one guy made up is now being talked about on this station. He's succeeded. We lost.
Does it say? Is
What's
there
the
an
next
article?
country?
Yeah,
It's in Belgium.
Oh, Brussels.
Sure,
no. Okay, letter, please.
It was B. It was there was a movie, and in the title, this city is in. The title has this city in it.
Oh.
The first
Escape from New York.
No.
Boomerang?
Shot in St. Louis.
Meet me in St. Louis.
Also, I don't think that was shot in St. Louis.
I remember asking Adrian Barbeau about that.
About Meet Me in St. Louis?
I went to the Muni.
Escape from New York.
Escape from New
Saw
York.
Meet Me in St. Louis.
Did you?
I liked it.
I like Escape from New York.
I love the Muni.
I like
when
the
it's
first
like
one.
100 degrees.
Oh,
and you're huddled next to
They got some big fans there.
What was it
down
again?
that hill.
Snake
They do.
Plissken?
Yeah, Kurt Russell.
Okay, what was the second letter of this town in Belgium?
R.
B-R?
Mm-hmm. B-R-U.
Breckenridge.
Next
It's not
letter?
Brussels. G.
Brugge.
Ooh.
Brugge.
I think they pronounce it
Brugville.
Bruges.
Oh, that's it. We were almost
Bruges,
there.
Belgium. And the film was in Bruges with Colin Farrell.
Did you
Good.
think there was a chance we were going to get some of these?
No, but, we are just hurting for content at the moment.
Oh.
So.
I've not heard of one of those cities.
I haven't either.
No.
And I don't know. I would like to travel international. I don't know if I actually would enjoy that as well. It all depends on where I go. Just the language barrier, the food. I think all of that would be, once you get used to it, then you have to fly back home. You know, like you don't really enjoy that vacation just because you're trying to catch up with, you know, all the intricacies of whatever city. And
there are a lot of places I have no interest in going right now.
Of course.
Either because I don't think they would be safe or just there's not a lot there that would interest me. I'd like to see pretty much all of Europe. Australia, New Zealand would be interesting if it didn't take you 20 hours to fly there.
I didn't find Egypt that great.
Yeah, I just think the Middle East would be pretty dangerous for Americans right now.
I would agree. I would like to go to Japan. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah?
I think, you know, just
China,
that
no
kinda
thank you.
I agree. I think that Japanese culture, I think, would be kind of fun to see. You know, and the food is, I would really like.
Well, they're not very happy in the EDF text inbox.
I don't
That's the
blame 'em.
topic I brought up. What in the blue hell are we doing, B?
Oh,
It's
come
from
on.
Manchild 79.
Come on. It's kind of,
All right.
we did it on purpose.
What in the hell is happening? Please come back, Tim.
Are we done with the list?
Brian Henson said, I made the list. I vote on it.
Okay.
Hey, boys, these are awful topics. My ears are bleeding. I get Tim is out, but seriously, put some effort into this train wreck. I can't take it. That's from a real girl.
Well, that's not so much the problem. The problem is that the other two were even worse.
No,
Yeah, that's the one
I
we
could,
picked.
if you want, I
NBA
can
and
break down the
soccer?
65-player deadline.
If you want to talk NBA, I was eliminated from the pick 6 last night.
Yeah, Iggy came in pretty pissed.
As one of, well, I had to go 3-0 and Tim had to go 0-3. But one of his bets last night, I guarantee it was another one from the Wizard. It was an NBA pick. Wiggins of Golden State over 16 points. And I was not watching the game. But as I was getting ready for bed, I pulled up NBA scores, and it just gives updates, you know, every minute or so. And with like 10 and a half minutes to go, Wiggins had 16. And Tim had over 16 and a half points. 8 minutes left, 16. 6 minutes left, 16. 4 minutes left, 16. But his minutes weren't changing. So I said, because Curry's minutes were going up 33, 34, 35, and he was stuck at 29. I said, maybe he fouled out. And sure enough, a minute left in the go, he went to 19.
3-ball.
I guess he had a late 3, which really didn't matter to the score. So Tim won at least one game. So
Draft day.
I'm done.
Hey, Wiggins.
So congratulations, Tim. And now I just need him to beat Joe. I don't want Joe to win this thing.
Why not? You and Joe are tight.
Doesn't like Joe.
I don't want him winning this thing. He has no business winning it with those 2 picks he had sucked out last week.
So Iggy and I did the Pick 6 podcast last night. It was just Iggy and I, two men on an island, just grinding through a podcast. You know, Tim is with his new child and his wife.
I get that.
And you get that. And I think Gangster Pete had a personal training session.
What?
Trying to get built. I don't know G Unit's excuse, and I don't know Prod Joe's either. But hey, everyone's busy. It's 6 o'clock on a Thursday. I'm not expecting everyone to be there. So Iggy and I, you know what we did, Doug? We bared down, put our hands in the dirt, got a good wide base, and we delivered some podcast excellence.
How long did you have to talk?
It was about 20 minutes. We didn't do much of a breakdown because I'm in last place, so I don't think people really care what my opinion is on these NFL games.
I don't know.
But Iggy is fighting to possibly win, you know, $1,500. So I gave him, you know, I said, the floor is yours, sir.
Yeah.
Well, I know what happened. One, Tim had a baby, and Marie had a baby, so I get that. Gangster Pete and G Unit are eliminated, so they don't even bother showing up for the thing. And I said on the podcast, it's like if you're in last place and you can't win your fantasy baseball or football, you just don't even put a roster together.
You lose interest.
I hate that.
That's the worst.
When you're competing
Deadbeat
with
owners.
playing that person. It's not great.
Yeah, so these two can't win, so they just mailed in their picks to Jackson and didn't show up. And then there's no way Joe's coming on with just me and Jackson without Tim there. So he just bailed because he's a little wuss.
He needs the buffer.
Yeah, well, if not Tim there, he's not coming on.
You would have really let him have it if he had?
Sure. I would have. Well, I told him just what I said on the pick 6. I mean, you sucked out on your 2 picks. They're the luckiest picks in the history of football.
Well, if he picked it, he must have known it was going to happen.
Yeah, you knew it was going to happen in the last 40 seconds of the game and in overtime?
Well, I guess.
That's what you knew?
I guess he did.
No, he didn't. They should have been 2 losses. But he won, and then...
Well, a lot of people bet on the Chiefs. They didn't know how
It wasn't the
they
Chiefs.
were going to win.
No, he had Kelsey and he had Hill scoring touchdowns.
Okay.
We saw how they scored.
That's a pretty reasonable bet.
I thought they were, but how they got them weren't.
Oh, well, they are 2 of the better players at their position in the league.
I get that. But at the same time, he had no business scoring touchdowns, if you saw how they did it.
Well, that's how they always do it. Kelsey gets open on a short pass in the end zone, and
In overtime?
he'll take
and
some
you let
pass
Buffalo
and
on
run
a 4th
60
and
yards.
13 get a touchdown. If you stop him there, game's over, and he gets none of those.
You're bitter. A little
Well, I was,
angry.
because I lose games like that, and he wins games like that.
Oh.
I should be 6-7 games ahead of him. I should be leading this thing, actually.
I don't know. When you
That
put your
damn
money,
Navy block punt. I'll keep talking about that.
when you put your money on probably the best receiving tight end in football, that's not really a wild, crazy bet.
I get it. When he made the bet, when he picked it, I said, I love that bet. But when you get down to a minute and a half left in the game, and neither of them has scored, and Kansas City is winning, what are the chances they're both going to score a touchdown? What are the chances that they scored 25 points in the last 4 minutes of the game?
Oh, man, I guess he knew something.
No, he
You
knew nothing.
cannot lose games in the NFL and still win.
No.
That's
Isn't that the truth?
Where are my oven mitts?
That tank is still burning out in there.
Oh, it is.
And I said on the Pick 6 last night, I said, if you go back and look, I said, I lose games like that. I don't get breaks. I don't win games like that. The one week I would have went 5-1 on my golf picks, but because we switched the day we did the picks, I couldn't play the golf. So I had to pick 6 NFL games out of my ass.
Yeah.
I went 1-5. If I had played my golf picks, I was 5-1.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
And they gave me the option. They said, look, you can still play them, turn them in, we'll count them. I said, no, we're not picking them tomorrow. I won't play them. They went 5-1.
Oh.
The fake punt that shouldn't have been on Navy Army, that was instead of 5-1, it was 1-5.
T-shirt, the Navy.
I mean, there's 10 games right there.
This stuff
I should be
happens.
running away with this league.
When you gamble, this stuff happens. Weird things happen in football games and other sports. They just do. Games are determined right at the end in every sport.
No, if I go to
But it happens. So if you're going to be a gambler, you're going to live and die with that. And that's what makes people so angry and frustrated
You
by
got to know
Is it
when
the way
to
they
hold
lost?
them.
Not necessarily that they lost, but the way they lost drives them
No, if I wanted to bet golf, I could walk right up to the window. Here's my 6 golf bets. They're not going to say, nope, you have to come back tomorrow when the tournament's already started, then we're going to tell you you can't pick them. That's never happened. We do pick 6 on Wednesday. I have my 6 golf picks. We're going to switch it to Thursday. Now I can't play my golf picks.
And that's on me.
This Navy game just killed me.
I mean, I had Ryan Palmer. I had Ryan Palmer in the top 40. I mean, that's pretty much a lock.
Oh, you
right
mean
now.
this week? Well, you couldn't have played those even on Wednesday.
Well, I'm saying it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the golf started a week early.
Well, sure it did.
Or a day early, so I couldn't have picked that. Last night, I loved the Pittsburgh game under, but we started the podcast, or we started the Pick 6 late. That game had already started, so I ended up 2-1 Kraken.
If you gamble a lot, most people are going to eventually walk away broke or upset.
Right.
Maybe both.
Right. House always wins. Sure are a lot of ifs and should-haves flowing from Iggy's lips. Knock it off, you human rotisserie chicken. That's from Manupal Eligible. Cuddy's Mike. This old Hoosier is so bitter. Be better, loser. It's from the ill side of
Cuddy's Mike.
Now I want some chicken.
I know.
No, I just gave you 2 examples. I didn't go on and on about everything. I just gave you 2 examples: Navy and the golf. I mean, that's 11. That's 10 games right there.
Boy, and the Chiefs.
Chiefs, you didn't
Well,
like that, how that worked out.
That was Joe sucking out on 2 picks. I'm talking how I got screwed on 10 games. So technically, I should be like 5 up in this thing with 2 weeks to go.
I don't know that he's going to believe that.
So I feel bad for Jamie. It's his money, and I was trying to win for Jamie, and we got screwed, Jamie.
Jamie Burkhart, Munganest.
I love him.
StLouisAcura.com or AldenToyota.com. Plowsy, can I hear a little bit about Munganest?
What up, Clayton?
What a great partnership here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After with Jamie Burkhart and Clayton Patterson and everybody at Munganest, StLouisAcura.com, and AltonToyota.com. Everybody on the show and so many in the audience have gotten to know Jamie Burkhart and Clayton Patterson at Munganest. And now, when the time comes to buy a new car, to lease a new car, to buy a pre-owned car, to lease a pre-owned car, or to get your car serviced, to get your car fixed, you know you have somebody you can talk to with Munganest. StLouisAcura.com and AltonToyota.com is where you can go to check out all of the selection, both of new and pre-owned vehicles. And if you need to get your car repaired, if you just need service, even if you didn't get your car at Munganest, you can get it taken care of at Munganest. StLouisAcura.com, AltonToyota.com. It's Munganest, the official automotive provider of the Ryan Kelly Morning After.
Munganest, they're the best.
Oh, yeah.
Iggy's whipping Munganest. Plowsy, you got helped out by Munganest. Doug's
Twice.
whipping some Munganest.
Oh,
Tim's
God.
whipping Munganest. I feel left out. I'm not I'm out whipping some from Munganast. I feel like I should. I feel like I should just throw my car into the Mississippi River and go to Munganast.
Man,
Be a good idea.
Yeah.
Be a good idea.
Right.
I checked out an RDX that was kind of like, it looked like black, but in the sunlight it turns purple. It's a very nice color, and it was unbelievable. It's beautiful.
That was like the old Beetle I had. It was kind of like a, I don't know what kind of.
It was blue.
Yeah, what kind of blue, but in the sun it would be purple. It was like a metallic purple in the sun.
I was going to bring in some donuts and treats this morning for you boys, but I'm not sure I can drive in these whiteout conditions. I'll tune into Channel 4 weather next time to do grab
I would love. Don't risk it, man. Don't risk it.
Right.
You don't know how bad.
But
it is
honestly,
out there.
Doug, you wouldn't mind a couple sauce and egg and cheese biscuits, or maybe a egg McMuffin.
I find myself getting an egg McMuffin every morning after I leave here. There's a McDonald's right there, right next to us.
would love.
I leave here hungry, and an egg McMuffin is perfect.
You get that with
bacon, egg, and
sausage?
cheese McGriddle.
Sometimes.
I gave you fish.
And there's a donut place right across the street.
Oh yeah, the mini donut spot. There used to be a Blockbuster Video right across the street where that AT&T store is, and I used to go. That was my favorite place in the world to go as a kid.
It says mini donut. I wonder if do they just have little donuts?
You ever been to the Cardinal game? They have those mini donuts. They're really good.
But I wonder if the whole shop is mini donuts. Right next to it is what? Vagina Jewelry?
I beg your pardon?
What?
I think that's what it's called.
This is what we're relegated to, naming businesses across the street.
There's a tree in the way. You can't see it.
I don't know if it's vagina.
Well, you know what's down right below that?
No.
Right below that AT&T store is the Post Sports Bar and Grill, is the presenting sponsor of the Drops of the Week, man.
Yeah, we've been there.
Tasty, tasty cheesesteak.
That's where Iggy extended his hand to Joe.
And what did Joe say?
Branch, and Joe refused to shake his hand.
Did he say, "We're not cool, man"?
Yeah, we're not cool. I don't like you.
Yeah, I was there, and let me tell you, I couldn't.
Very icy. Yeah.
More awkward. It was a tense situation.
Not for me. Fine with me.
Jay Randolph Jr. is in the chat. He says, "You said you were going to stop talking about your golf picks. Stop, angry." It's Jennings.
We can look at how Doug and I are fair through 2 rounds.
Oh, yeah, good call. Great call.
Oh, that's
Iggy.
not even. It's not even close. Doug only had one person in contention, right?
Well, I can tell you that Doug and I both have 2 players miss the cut. But all I don't know what the score is. I just know yesterday, even though 2 of your players missed the cut, your 2 players that missed the cut shot 12 under. You shot 28 under yesterday for your players. I shot 5 under.
The course switch.
So that's 23 under difference. So it's like 2.5 for a birdie. That's at least 60 points.
Wow, the worms turned.
All right, so let's take a look. In the lead with 244 points is Doug.
That's not many points.
No, it is not. Well, when Corey Connors misses the cut, 6% ownership.
Did I have him?
Yeah, you sure did. And Vincent Whaley also missed the cut. But Cam Champ turned to the round to get to 4 under. Wyndham Clark turned to the round to get to 3. Oh, I guess he shot 3 under on the first round. And then Hideki Matsuyama, who really needed a great day, shot 5 under. So he's tied for 35th. Let's go to Iggy's roster, who's only down 3.5 points.
Wow.
But Tony Finau, where he be now.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm say that right now. I'm not playing Finau anymore either.
5 over yesterday.
Every time I play him, he misses the cut or shoots terrible. Next week he'll probably
win. You made a confident pick with him. He said, "Of course, I'm picking Tony."
Well,
Finau. He's a big hitter.
He finishes top 15 like every year here. So God forbid I play him and he just shoots 5 over
This
yesterday.
wasn't a very smart pick.
5 under round 1. He could have shot 2 over yesterday and made the cut. 5 over.
Doug, what did you see in Cam Champ that?
Well, I just don't think he was striking the ball like he wanted to.
Right.
And there were times when his sculpting was a little bit off. There were some putts that just didn't fall for him.
How was his ball striking?
I think he was 4 over through 5 holes on Thursday.
I didn't mind his ball
or
striking.
Wednesday.
Well, Tony Finau goes 5 under in the first round and then 5 over in the second. That's not optimal. But Iggy was right about the North Course, South Course thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you yesterday, Doug, you get to play the North Course yesterday, and I had to play the South Course, so that's what happened.
Okay.
Now, Iggy also had Mark Leishman, who shot 5 under yesterday to get to 6 under for the tournament. So he's in good shape there. Unfortunately, Max Homa shot 2 over yesterday. And
yeah, he decided to bogey 2 of his last 4 holes.
But he only missed the cut by one stroke.
He bogeyed 2 of the last 4 holes.
Right. Ryan Palmer. Now I think that's the best player that either of you have. Ryan Palmer's 8 under. He shot 3 under yesterday and 5 under in the first round. Lanto Griffin, 3 under, and Francesco Molinari, 6 under.
He was in the lead yesterday, and he decided to make some bogeys.
So this one is probably going to.
So how many points does Iggy have?
241.5.
This is a barn burner.
You're 3.5 up, and we both have 4 players.
Now, the last 2 rounds are both play at the South Course, am I correct?
I don't know.
Yes.
That would be 2.5 up, not 3.5 up. If he's got 241
and Doug's players were
And you have
terrible
244.
on the South Course.
Yeah, South Course
it's
is
2.5. Sorry, Doug. Math hard.
Well, I know.
Wherever the shot tracker was yesterday, that's the course they play. Because there were 2 courses, South and North, and one of the courses they had the shot tracker where you could see what they were doing. The other one didn't have that. Just said shot 1, shot 2, shot 3, shot 4.
The shot tracker is a guy who holds a piece of equipment. Kind of like a radar gun, right?
I believe so. I thought that it's like they plant it in the ground.
Yeah, I'm
and
sure
that's
they
what
have
takes
it mounted by the
Oh, they may,
box,
but I think there's a guy there doing
No, I believe they have somebody at each hole.
And I was underneath doing it with him, Mike Francesa.
And they,
my God, the Ewing thing.
They have somebody at each hole.
That's a great one.
And what they do is they mark off the yardage. You know, say Leishman. He'll get out there and say, 248 to the hole. So they'll put on there, drive, 316, fairway, 248 to the hole. So that's what they do. They do it for every player, but I'll let you know. I'll just go to one player and look at the shot track from yesterday.
Closed afterwards when you lay up with a 5-iron.
Remember how pissed he was at P. Reed?
Ryan Palmer played the South Course yesterday. Yes, and they have shot tracker on the South Course. So they will play the South Course the next 2 rounds.
Okay, so scores will be lower?
No, the North Course is easier.
And Torrey Pines is just north of San Diego.
Yeah, you can see Black's Beach from a few holes.
Beautiful place.
And that is
Absolutely beautiful.
Black's Beach is a nudist beach, am I right?
Yeah, so there's a couple of par 3s, and if you see the players mingling up on the tee and looking over the cliffs, that's what they're doing. They're looking at naked people.
Oh.
That's a shame.
I've never seen that at that tournament, though.
You ever been to Black's Beach?
I drove by Torrey Pines, but I never.
Well, they're not
really
going to show Black's Beach if there's people down there. There's a good chance they're naked.
Is there a nude or prude side, or is it all?
I don't think you have to be naked on Black's Beach. It's just a nude beach, but I'm not sure you have to be naked.
Well, can anyone ever tell you have to be naked? No matter
At Hito.
I think you can't.
The nude side.
Yeah.
Or what?
Well, they'll kick you off.
Who will kick you off?
They'll kick you in the shin.
Well, Hito they will. I mean, it's a
So who does it?
private place.
Security, naked security
No,
guards come down and throw you out?
The people that they'll tell security, and security will tell you have to be naked down here. But some of these people think
Are
they
the
run
security
the resort.
people naked?
No, they work there. But there's rules, and if some people don't like people gawking, But it's one thing if you're just going down to get something. You came from your room and you went to get something. You walked on the beach, and there's some people. Get your clothes off, man. So I'm just going to get a soda. I'm going back to my room, and
they actually say
gotta be naked. Yeah, they think they run the place.
You gotta be naked.
These are just tourists. These are just people staying there, just like you, telling you what you have to wear.
You said you have to get in this hot tub. You have to bring the jerk chicken.
That's why I don't. Go there anymore. It's just the people. There's a lot of people there think they run the place.
And that fan page isn't helping anything, is it?
Oh yes, I think a couple of TMA listeners were on there because they said Iggy won't be happy about this one. And I just commented on once. It was first of all, it was a stupid question, but it's a girl in a bikini with her boobs hanging out, and her husband. Question: If we do this, do they take care of that? And I said, why did you have to put a picture of you two up there to ask this question? It really doesn't mean it. You don't need your picture. Does it hurt anything? I go, no, you're just attention whoring. That's all you are. I said, that's what this page is becoming. You people trying to hook up before you get there. There was no need for you to put a picture of you in a bikini to ask the question you asked, except for, hi, look at me. Send me DMs and let's hook up. That's what you're doing. We got into a little argument there, and I said, whatever. I said, just make sure.
I love when she teases like that.
Just make sure that when you say, aw, thank you, when all these DMs come and saying how hot you are. That's what you're looking for.
You don't care for attention whoring, do you?
He doesn't like the...
No, it's just getting so... Every post on there. I mean, if I hear another posted, what's the COVID testing like? And I'll respond, just scroll down. It's been asked 90 times in the last 5 days.
Come on, Angry.
And then we're newbies. What should we bring? Scroll down. That's been asked 90 times in the last 5 days.
Toothbrush, I hope.
Oh, my God.
They didn't want to read all the comments. They just thought they'd...
What are our choices to get from the airport to the hotel? Cab, bus, plane. Move on.
They don't have Uber down there?
Man.
God, it's just stupid question. Day after day after day, and I'm getting banty over it.
I hear you. You know who isn't banty but deserves your attention? Chop Chop Cheeky, Marco Bertorelli.
Oh,
Yeah, they
he's the greatest knifesman in town.
They're amazing.
He is quite the knifesman. He'll sell you a Wusthof knife, and it'll sharpen the knives you have in your kitchen. Or if you have a restaurant, cafeteria, whatever, a hotel, and you need your knives sharpened, you don't want to buy all new knives, you just want them sharpened, this is where you go. You go to Bertorelli. It's a new year. We're at a new station, but for Bertorelli, you know what hasn't changed? Bertorelli Cutlery, still your family-owned and operated local knife authority in St. Louis. All kitchens have knives, of course, and most household knives in need of work are either good knives that have dulled or bad knives in need of replacing. And Bertorelli Cutlery has you covered with their master knife sharpening and a wide variety of best brands available. So swing down to the hill, visit them at 1927 Marconi Avenue, or give them a call, and I'll give that number now, so start writing it down. Here comes the number, 314-664-4005, or visit BertorelliCo.com to see all of their services. And don't forget, they have mask and PPE supplies available as well. You don't have to just live in St. Louis to get those PPE supplies. You live anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world, and Bertorelli will ship it right to your door. That's what they do. That's who they are. They're great suppliers of all kinds of PPE supplies, including the masks. They've got great masks. You need them in big quantities. You need them in small quantities. Bertorelli will take care of you. Again, the website is BertorelliCo.com.
Yep, Bertorelli Cutlery. That was an unfortunate hiccup there, Doug. I mean, on TMA all day, you can hear plenty of breast doves.
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry I laughed, but that
Thank
was
you.
just too funny to...
It's subliminal advertising as well.
Right, exactly.
Add just a touch of sex appeal to the ad.
Sex sells.
That was an accident. Did I say breast brands available? Look at me.
This is the breast show ever. All right.
I'm a little overweight. Will I be laughed at Hito?
Oh, we're back to that.
No, you'll be fine. Come on down. Why would you ask that question?
Okay, there's just
What do you think they're going to answer? Yeah, don't come down. They're going to make fun of you left and right. Stay home, fatty. No, they're going to be nice to you. So why even ask the
People
question?
excited about their upcoming vacation, and they want to talk about it. I don't think you could work at Hito. I don't think you'd be a very good concierge.
God, no.
What would you do? Cherry's Jubilee and such?
What if you were the concierge and people came down and asked for advice?
I couldn't do it.
Snap at them.
Like it'd be an attraction.
That's why I got out of restaurant business. I just couldn't. I don't like people anymore. Excuse me, can you chart us? No, I can't. Go make a phone call.
That's what you'd tell them. You're sitting down there at your little kiosk in the hotel lobby.
RAC isn't working.
Probably.
Could you get me a cab? Get it your own damn self.
RAC's not working. We'll open a window.
What are you? You're not the repairman.
Yeah, our hot water doesn't work. Well, it's 90 outside. Take a cold shower.
That's what you'd tell them.
Oh, God, stop.
I just don't know that
Just
public
go on
relations
there.
is gonna
Just
be
if you want to laugh, go on to the. It's called Our Favorite Jamaican Vacation Place, I think, something like that. They can't call it Hito anymore.
Why?
No, Hito made them stop calling it Hito. They had to call it something else. Our Favorite Jamaican Vacation Place, I think it's called.
You mean it's not called hedonism anymore?
Well, it is. The fan page cannot be called. Hedonism, it's not a hedonism page, so hedonism won't let them use Hito in the page.
I gotcha.
So, and all these people are afraid. They're actually posting. The last time we were at our favorite vacation place, I mean, you can say Hito. Maybe you can't put Hito on the name, the Hito fan, but if you're asking a question, you can say Hito. What are they going to do, kick you off the page?
Don't get mad at that guy, too.
They're all doing that. Well, they don't want us to say. I just said Hito 9 times on the post.
Ernie Borkman's doing it.
Sure he is.
God, it's just...
Now, if they asked you to be the admin to the #1 vacation destination fan page, would you?
Oh, hell no.
Moderator.
I'm surprised I'm still on there. I'm surprised they haven't kicked me off.
Well, you were asking for
now,
it.
I know Joe Cano fairly well.
So do you. Everyone knows Joe Cano.
Yeah, and he's the
It's
moderator.
like that guy from Brentwood that we all know.
No,
George.
He's the moderator.
Fun fact, there's no Uber from Montego to Negril. Instead, you take a shoddy, broken-down Del Mar Gardens van on a 90-minute death drive.
Oh.
It totally made sense to me after that experience why the Hito people can't wait to flap their flaccid, liver-spotted skin in a hot tub with boiling chicken and Xanax. That's from Carlos Spicy Winter.
Yeah, but now their Ubers are basically cabs.
Are there a lot of liver
All the
spots
cabs
down
have
there?
their...
Yeah,
all
what's the liver spot situation?
All the cab drivers have, like, their own...
Sure.
You know, hey, like I used to use Ragamuffin. That was my guy.
That's a Jamaican term, right? Ragamuffin?
What was his name? We called him Ragamuffin. And so we just called Ragamuffin if we needed a ride. And that's how you kind of get to know the tourists that are coming every year. And then they say, hey, if you go down, ask for Ragamuffin. So you just make a call and he comes picks you up. So it's kind of like an Uber, but we just started taking Tim Air.
Gotcha.
I'm going to take the puddle jumper. I'm there in 4 minutes compared to 2 hours.
Well, that's going to close out our Among that 7 o'clock hour.
That was a great hour.
Yeah, I think that was one of our best hours ever.
I think one of the worst ever.
Stop.
A lot of broadcasting was performed.
I thought it was excellence in journalism, but what do I know?
Yeah.
Well, on the other side of the break, we'll have the post Sports Bar and Grill drops of the week, and then in about 2 hours, a little less, about hour 45, we'll have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM, the Potted Plant, TMASTL.com, YouTube.com/TMASTL, and our new app, TMASTL. Get it wherever you get podcasts or wherever you get apps.
KPNT-FM, HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. Your home for the morning after and TMA all day. Stream us live at youtube.com/TMASTL and at TMASTL.com.
I got a text yesterday. As you know, I love the Great Americans on the fan pin.
That's right.
But I'm not a Facebook guy, so I can't access that and let them know how I feel. But I've been a staunch supporter of fan pinners for many years now, so especially since they were loyal to me. But even though I'm not on the fan pin, I still have tentacles around town. And I don't know if Doug saw this, but Plowsy apparently played a little golf and was also involved.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What am I looking at?
Yeah, no, there's a video of the Plowhawk and Cletus, my two-man partner, and we're in the finals, of course, making out.
One of Plowsy's partners as well.
Yeah, Cletus and I
golf.
haven't gotten to that, although I will say this. I think after we won our first match, second match, he wanted the people we just defeated to take a picture of us where he would be kissing me. Now, I of course, am more prude. I'm willing to give up holes.
Oh. Golf-wise.
Right. Yeah, Doug, what in the world? We're talking about golf.
Okay.
But if a guy's going to kiss me, at least we're going to start out on the cheek before we go to like a bathhouse. But out at Normandy yesterday, the Plowhawk gave up his boy mouth.
And we didn't make out. There was no tongue involved there.
What's happening here?
For one, Cletus is hilarious, fun to play with, great American.
Doug, we have a lot of funny people. Some are on this show, and unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to make out with any of you yet.
Well, can I just, and again, I'm not on the fan pen. I didn't see the video.
I
wasn't
saw
at
it,
the
and I was legitimately, and there's plenty that takes me aback on the fan pen. That one got me a little bit.
This picture, though.
You're seeing the picture. I've seen the video. It was a longer kiss than you're seeing.
But the picture, Tim, tells a lot of different stories. For example, Cletus is pulling Plowsy into him.
Oh, he has a lot of homoerotic
Doug, here's the video. Sure. You can see it right here.
And then the hand placement.
God, it looked like
that's a long kiss.
Why would you agree to that?
Who cares? I'm comfortable with my sexuality. Again, Cletus is...
No.
Yeah, the cat just pointed out a very important part of the video.
Right.
The Plowhawk appears to touch himself with his left hander. Somebody steps down or something now?
My club was being held up, I think.
Doug.
Michael Jackson.
You made Doug's voice crack. We're not judging. We love you.
I haven't actually seen the video yet.
Yeah, it's damning.
I'm sure it is. But again, I am not embarrassed or anything. I don't know.
How does your, I was about to ask how your mole feels about
I don't think she's seen it. She worked till about
Is this going to be a turn on for her?
I don't think she's going to care. It definitely won't be a turn on. I can certainly answer that question right now.
Doug, has your wife ever turned on with the idea of you making out with dudes?
Again, not a make
I don't know. I'm just trying to get an idea of where the landscape is in 2018.
A 3-second kiss. And let me paint the picture. I had a fantastic chip shot from the rough, a hanging tree, a lot of limbs there, made it through, bounced it on the fringe, and then rolled it about 4.5 feet away from the
that's
pin.
a great shot, and congratulations. However, that has nothing to do with this picture. And Doug, I want to ask you a question. You're an honest person. If you saw this as a couple, who would be the husband in this relationship?
Cletus.
Because he's grabbing his mate.
He seems to be in control
and
there.
And he's pawing him, and then and then this is the thing, Tim, that's
damning.
I think the best part of it was
The whole thing is damning.
we're all celebrating, and we didn't
chip shot?
That's the best part. We didn't see it because it's kind of a blind. That there's a hill there, so I thought it was one closer, and two, the guys behind us drive up to us and go, "Did that go in? Did that go in?" And then other patrons are watching me and Cletus get ready to kiss on video, and everybody was creeped out.
It should have been.
It was great. It was hilarious.
But to you, it felt strangely comfortable.
I mean...
Now,
Yes, the answer is yes.
Would your girlfriend be more upset to see you kiss another man or another woman?
Well, she
Question,
knows-
855-282-8255.
She has played golf.
How's his girl calling?
She has been around Cletus, and she, at Hot Shots events and things like that. He's a great American. She knows him. It's just all in good fun. It was a long, hot day on the golf course.
Right, and that's when you want to pull in another gentleman.
What is that? No, in all fairness, I know if you say, "Hey, it was just for grins, just for giggles," I get that.
Correct.
But then when you start saying, "Well, it was a long, hot day," which has nothing to do with it, it leads me to believe something else.
They were just experimenting, that sort of thing.
Well, it would kind
Just
of
say, "Hey, we did it for the fan page. We thought it'd be funny," but you're bringing so many other things into it that it makes me wonder.
Well, remember Cletus and Jay, I think after the Duel in the Sun, I'm not for sure when that was, when they did
No,
their...
that's after Jay defeated Cletus in the Fan Page Club Championship.
That's what it is. They had a nice moment there at the picnic table outside of Normandy, and I think we were just kind of reliving that moment, just recreating the picture.
There is the text inbox is buzzing, Doug. There is 100% no way to explain this away. The whole thing is hella weird. Hella weird. That's from Kevin's brother, Jack Demoff. You like that term, Doug? Hella weird?
I don't mind it. In this case, I don't mind it.
Surprised by that.
I don't mind it. You seem so happy with it.
I'm not. I think it's funny, and I'm sure that I don't have the text inbox open. I think I'll avoid it today. But
Might be a good time to post on Tigerboard.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's time to avoid that for a couple weeks before this picture goes away.
Well, it's a video, fortunately.
Yeah, so I thought it was hilarious. We had a 12-some out on the course last night, so it was a long...
A 12-some?
We had 12 people teeing off. Yes.
What?
Because it was a league, and we got caught up, and everybody's like, let's just play together, instead of waiting 20 minutes and then teeing off after they get done with their whole... We're like, let's just hang out, and we can all hit, and that's what we did. It was fun.
Was Cletus's skin soft like yours, Plowsy? That's from Felix.
Again, it was like 2.5 seconds. I didn't really get a feel. It was fun. It was a good shot.
Now it's 2.5, but you said 3 seconds ago.
The worst part was Cletus.
Just moments.
I was second to last to shoot. Cletus was able to shoot and got it about a foot closer, so my celebration was mute.
Guys got a great short game.
Because we didn't even play my ball.
Did this bear have his way with any of the other otters?
No, if you've ever played golf with Cletus, he's very...
deliberate.
Yes.
Settle in for at least a 4.5-hour round, Doug.
If
a
that's
lot of practice shots. A lot of practice.
And then maybe it's just me because I'm discombobulated or something, but the question I have in my mind is, we saw this for a nice chip shot. What if you had holed? What if you had knocked it in the hole? What would have happened, Doug?
The trajectory of the ball, like I said, we could see the pin. We couldn't see the hole.
How was the traj?
It looked to be, when it rolled off the hill on the fringe going on the green, it looked like it was dead on with speed. And so I assumed it was at least a couple inches, a foot away, but it kind of trickled to the left and kind of was about that 3.5, 4 feet area. So it wasn't as good as I thought.
If that reaction is from that shot, what if you had put it in the hole? I think there might have been an arrest.
They would have needed a room.
Whoever's with me at a hole-in-one, just be prepared, because I will.
For what?
I'll celebrate.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
You could jump up and down.
That I don't know yet, because I haven't. You can't anticipate a hole-in-one celebration.
But you had a nice chip and you made out with a guy. So, maybe do we just go to fisting, or is there
I think there's an in-between there.
It feels like the show has turned.
Advanced?
Advanced.
Or advanced.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. You know the old saying, new year, new mortgage, and that's never rang more true than now. With mortgage interest rates sitting near all-time historic lows and home values skyrocketing, there's never been a better time to be looking at a refinance. We can lower your interest rate and save you a couple $100 a month, and maybe even pull out some cash to pay off those credit cards and make those home remodel projects a reality. Apply online today at thehomeloanexpert.com. NMLS number 1326240.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan for Design Air Heating and Cooling. I am a very happy client. Design Air Heating and Cooling and Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff, which you can find online at designairservice.com. Just go to the website, click on the Book Now tab, and any issues you may be having with your HVAC system, they will take care of immediately. The customer service, second to none. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com.
Butter me up, Daddy.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
My time is now. You can't see me. You can't eat. My time is now. It's the franchise. Boy, I'm shining now. You can't see me. My time is now. In case you forgot or fell off, I'm still hot. Knock your shelf. Money stacked fat. Plus I can't turn the swell off. A franchise. Big business. A living's a sort of automatic. I witness. So you hear those horns and finish. A soldier. And I stay under you fighting. Plus I'm storming on your chumps like I'm thunder and lightning. Ain't no way you breaking me, kid. I'm harder than nails. Plus I keep it all locked. Like I'm part of the jam, slaughter and stay on the competition. I got the whole block wishing they could run with my division, but they going fishing with no bait. Can't your boy hold weight? I got my soul straight. I brush your mouth like Colgate. And any weather will never better. Your voice so hot, you never catch me in the next man's sweater. If they hate, let them hate. Drop your whole clan. Lay your ass down for the 3-second 10. Your time is up. Okay, my time is now.
That's enough.
Stinger on the beat.
How can anyone like this kind of music? Not just him doing it, but anybody doing it.
That's a straight banger if I've ever heard one.
Welcome back to the Ryan Kelly Morning After, 105.7 HD2 FM, the potted plant, TMASTL.com and YouTube.com/TMASTL.com. Doug, look, the home loan expert. He's on hold.
What a
Here he
treat.
is. Hi, Ryan.
Yeah, I love way down the hole, but when I have to listen to that, that's tough, man. That's really tough.
I know.
Yeah, you should call it 9 o'clock, and then you can be on hold and hear some good music.
What was that, Iggy?
That was Stingray rapping. He's a podcast host. He's a meteorologist.
Sure he is.
He's a rapper. He's a jack of all trades. Not good
I
at
never
any
heard
of it.
anything like that in my life. I thought my freaking earbuds were broken. Hey, you know, sorry about the wind. I'm a little late this morning trying to get my miles in. But this is pretty cool. We started last week on the Ryan Kelly Home Loan Expert Social. On the, what do you call those, the stories, right? So if you go to Instagram, the Home Loan Expert Ryan Kelly, you can find us. We're there. And on the stories, every Friday, we give away clues. Where is the home loan expert, right? So that's the gist of it. Go to that social channel right now. You're going to want to find me on Instagram, Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert. And all day, we'll be giving out clues. Where is the home loan expert going to be today? And we'll announce it later in the day at 4 o'clock. You know, you try to add up the clues, but at 4 o'clock, we tell you where the home loan expert is. And here's the deal. It's free food. It's free drinks. It's free everything. Like, legit. Free drinks, free appetizers, free everything. All you have to do is follow the Home Loan Expert Ryan Kelly on Instagram or Facebook, watch the story all day for the clues, and then at 4 o'clock, the party starts. So you try to get there on time. You get the idea.
Yeah.
That's how average people play. In celebration of Tim's new baby, I'm going to tell you all what we're going to do right now.
Ooh.
And then all you have to do is show up at 4 o'clock. I'm going to buy all the drinks and food that you can possibly eat in celebration of Tim's new baby. You don't even have to follow the story today.
Wow.
Just show up down in Ballpark Village today at 4 o'clock, and that's where the home expert's going to be.
Nice.
You know what? I'm going to go further. It's going to be at Sports and Social.
Oh,
so if you know
wow.
where Sports and Social is down in Ballpark Village.
Absolutely, right in front of the center field gate.
Yeah, show up at 4 o'clock today. Look for the home expert team with the big, fat American Express in their hand and start boozing and eating and grab a soda, whatever you want. And that was my treat for Tim McKernan. All the listeners this morning, you don't even have to play the game. You should. It's fun. We give away great clues. But that's for average people. They have to guess. Now everybody here in the morning after knows. 4 o'clock, head down to Ballpark Village, Sports and Social, 4 to 6. I'm buying all the drinks. I'm buying all the food. Straight up, no jokes, no gimmicks. Come on down and let's celebrate Big Tim. How about that, boys?
What a treat.
Nice.
The best in the business.
Treat.
I may come.
Blessing our listeners.
Are we eligible?
Everybody is. The whole city. I'm not happy for the whole damn city. Come on.
I saw yesterday you bought lunch for the Hazelwood Police Department. I see that.
Yeah, we do that like 3 times a week. We always take care of our first responders, right? Fire departments. We take them to ambulance stations, fire stations, police stations. We're out buying food 3 days a week. But today is special. Where is the home loan expert? We play it every Friday. We give away clues on our story on Instagram and Facebook. People try to figure out, we were at OB Clark's last week. People showed up. It was a party. We're buying pizza, shots, beers, all kinds of stuff. So Tim had a baby. So the morning after listeners don't even have to play the game. I'm giving you the answers. Bring your friends. Bring your family. Come on down to Ballpark Village, 4 o'clock. Drinks, everything's on me. There we go. Congratulations, Tim. You're the best. And I hope to see everybody down at Ballpark Village today at 4 o'clock. I got to keep running, or I'm going to blow my run. So everybody have a great day. I hope to see you at 4 o'clock. I'm buying drinks. I'm buying food for the whole city. Thanks, Tim. You're the greatest.
You're the man, Ryan. Thank
All
you
right,
so
Ryan.
much, sir.
What a fabulous thing. Thanks,
Absolutely.
Ryan.
That is awesome.
Bit
4 o'clock,
eliminating.
sports and social, Ballpark Village. Ryan is buying the bar, baby. Whatever you want, food and drink. Ryan is the man. In honor of Tim, we should all be honoring Tim today. We should all throw our hosannas. Everyone throw a hosanna.
Well, yeah. It's a
Tim's
big
the
day.
best.
Yeah, he had a life-changing moment yesterday, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Now, this sports and social, you say that's by the center field. That's not in the stadium. It's Ballpark Village.
So, like, across the street from the center field gate.
Isn't that Salt and Smoke?
Well, it's next to Salt and Smoke. It's
right next to it.
Yeah, so, like, you know where that big screen is, the outdoor area with all the picnic tables?
Yeah.
Just inside there, sports and social.
Well, that's left field. That's not center field.
You left center.
It's left field. It's not center field.
Well, Bader can play center and left.
If you go to center field, you'll find sports and social.
Yep.
Just go to Ballpark Village and walk around. You'll find it.
Sports and social is a great time, and Ryan's going to buy it. So thank you to the home loan expert, the best in the business.
Fabulous.
That is
a fabulous gesture.
Not only will he get you refinanced and get you a home loan, but he'll also pay for your beverage. He'll pay for your libation. Doug, is Ryan Kelly not the best?
And food. I mean, does he know all the Walrus people that we have listening to this thing?
Yeah,
They're
it's-
all queued up by the.
It's going to cost him quite a bit.
These people can eat loaded up. That's what they'll be saying.
And we've seen some people take, 4 or 5 cheeseburgers to go. Just, so you got to watch out for that as well.
Yeah, not to go. Don't get it to go.
I mean, we have listeners that will bring their family now. It'll be like dinner for them. Family of 5 will show up. Hi, Rye. And the whole family will eat and drink for free.
Yeah.
Don't abuse it.
Well, you know what? They'll remember it when it comes time to get a mortgage.
Absolutely.
As they should. Mortgage interest rates are sitting near all-time historic lows, and home values are skyrocketing, so there's never been a better time to refinance. And you know what that means? You go to the home loan expert. He can lower your interest rates, maybe save you a few $100 a month. He says the average person that is refinancing down to a lower mortgage rate is saving about $350 a month. Or you could pull some cash out, pay off credit cards, make those home improvement projects finally a reality. Apply online today at thehomeloanexpert.com. If you're thinking about buying a home, you don't need to refi. You're looking to buy a house. Original mortgage. If you thought the real estate market was hot last year, you just wait. Still January, the Home Loan Expert team has pre-approved a record number of borrowers already looking to buy a home. The competition is going to be fierce, so if you're even thinking about buying a home this year, call the Home Loan Expert team. Get pre-approved today with the 5-minute loan approval only available at thehomeloanexpert.com. Thank you, Ryan Kelly. He is absolutely the greatest, and today you're going to eat and drink free from 4 to 6 out at Ballpark Village, Sports and Social.
Yes, Ryan Kelly's the best. Maybe when you're out there, Doug, you say, hey, I want a couple fingers of that fistful of bourbon.
Fistful of bourbon, utilizing knowledge learned from the longest in the history of whiskey. Our master blender has married 5 straight bourbons into one beautiful bottle. Flavors of honey, creamy vanilla, and the delicate light spices of cinnamon and nutmeg will invade our mouthhole. It will always taste damn fine neat and make one hell of a cocktail. It ain't just a bourbon, it's a damn fistful. Imported by William Grant and Sons, New York, New York. Don't be a damn fool. Enjoy it responsibly.
Someone in the YouTube chat is asking what our Mount Rushmore of dancers are.
Dancers?
Right. I don't really have one. I don't know many dancers. Michael Jackson, he'd have to be
Fred
on
Astaire.
Yeah, Astaire. Yeah.
Baryshnikov.
I got Gene Kelly. He was a heck of a dancer.
Britney Spears. She had a choreographer, but still, she could dance.
Yeah. Michael Jackson, I guess, would have to be on there.
Was Joshua a good dancer? I never saw him live.
Didn't see him dance.
Oh, he
no.
crumbled under pressure.
Well, who
Ginger Rogers. Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers were the big team for decades.
Fred Astaire,
Old
get it
Hollywood.
right,
Fred
dude.
Astaire. That's
I'm going to be honest with you, Posey. I think I would have said Fred Astaire, too.
Yeah,
I've
that
heard
was-
the name Fred Astaire, but I've never seen it written.
Yeah.
So at the time.
Ass tire. Imagine that being your last name.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he doesn't really come up now. If you're not at least probably 50 years old, you probably maybe never even saw a Fred Astaire movie.
Let's just bring it up, Doug. Snow's clearing up. Plenty of time for us to, get those Egg McMuffins. Get those McGriddles. Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Quit begging. Yeah, there's no snow out there now.
What do you mean? Just look out there.
I would probably put
A little warning would have been nice. A little heads up. I just
Juliette
hate to get caught
Prowse,
unawares.
Juliette who?
Juliette Prowse was a good dancer.
Prowse, yeah.
Mitzi Gaynor, she had some gams.
What about Rosie Perez in the opening scene of Do the Right Thing? She's really kind of getting after it. And you like Rosie Perez a lot.
Look out for those Stookie brothers.
Has she been on Straight to the Web before?
I think I have interviewed her before.
Really? She seems like an interesting. She's had a probably 30-year career in movies, maybe even 40.
Yeah, great breast.
Sammy Davis Jr. was a good tap dancer.
Might be the best entertainer of all time.
What was the deal with tap dancing back then in our grandparents' age? Why was that such a big
Shirley
deal?
Temple?
Tap dancing.
I tell you what, I have a picture at home right now. It's sitting right next to our bedroom TV, and it's me as I might have been 5 or 6 maybe, and I was just about ready for my tap recital. So I'm in like a.
So you had tap shoes.
I had tap shoes. I was a tap dancer for several years.
Were you really?
And had the red, buttoned up shirt,
Red
collared
buttons.
shirt with the black pants, and you could see those nice, beautiful, shiny tap shoes. And I'm just ready to flat break it down. Only guy in my class.
That had to do this.
I don't know if I had to. I don't know why.
You liked it.
I enjoyed it for the time I did.
Could you still tap a little bit?
Yeah, just do the heel to toe thing. So it's kind of an art form, but
No, it was cool. We weren't tap dancers, but it was cool, especially in grade school, to put taps on your shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd walk through the hallways, you hear the clack, then you would kind of slide on them. You put your heel up and slide down the hallway.
Make a little noise. Ooh.
So it was always cool. You go, I got taps last night. I'm bringing my taps tomorrow.
It's not a thing nowadays. So
No, nowadays. Well, now you don't need taps on your shoes.
You don't see a lot of tap dancers on TV or in the movies.
What kids had when I was in elementary school, they called the heelies. They were shoes with wheels on the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, and kids would say, and I would be so jealous because my parents would never buy them for me because they, get injured.
wheels aren't thick enough though. Like when there's asphalt with rocks, you can't.
Oh, and people fell.
Yeah, like you need the thicker wheel.
Boy, did I want a pair. Never got them.
It seems like someone could invent a shoe where it's a regular shoe, but then if you hit a button or something where, rollerblades would come out.
Hmm. I think they.
So instead of walking,
right.
You could really make up some time.
Yeah, you could kick your heels together and start blading.
Or just carry maybe instead of the wheels popping out, maybe it's just the tracks pop out of your shoes and you carry the wheels that you just slide the set of wheels on your shoe, so you can just in your briefcase you carry in your rollerblades.
They may even have
wheels.
those. Who knows? Maybe that's out there.
Now in Get Smart, there was a phone in the shoe. Am I wrong?
Right, Don Adams. Gladys, I'm a spy.
Missed by that much.
By that much.
No, they made a remake. They made a movie with Steve Carell with Get Smart. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
The original TV show was really fun.
Barbara Feldman, she was a hottie.
Yeah. Agent 86? Agent 99.
Who was 99? She was 99.
She was 99. He was 86.
Yeah. And he got 86.
Just on the fan page, old Jonathan the Tortoise just turned 190.
Jonathan Tortoise, a big
Who's
turtle?
that?
No,
big
just
turtle?
this big turtle is 190. Imagine living through
190?
How do you know? Who knows he's 190?
So
Probably
when
the
was
shell.
this
You have a birth certificate?
born? So
I said yesterday, sea turtles can live to be about 185 years old.
Yeah, but who's around to count it?
what the 1830?
Boy, pre-Civil War.
Pre-Civil War, this thing was swimming around in a swamp, Doug. Isn't that
How do you
crazy?
know, though? How do you know?
Count the rings,
I don't
The rings
know.
on what?
Like a tree.
the shell.
I'm sure they can do some genealogical things to where they
They
can
got a carbon date, the
maybe
turtle?
guesstimate from a 10-year span.
It probably has to be the shell. They have to be looking at the shell somehow.
Pre-Civil War tortoise, though.
Yeah.
That is crazy. That's
You'd be
insane.
so tired.
Oh,
Yeah,
that thing has had some stories.
Maybe we
man.
could get them on as a guest.
How
Probably
many?
hadn't had many stories. You can't go very far.
How many babies? I'm curious because
Well,
at
in
a
honor
time-
of Tim, I'll have to say 6.
Well, I would say 6,000.
Mm.
I mean, at least.
Well, what is it about the turtle that allows him to live 190 years when most other animals like that are living 10, 12 years.
Why don't you do some
Dogs.
research?
How can you get better treatment than dogs? And they live, 14, 15 years if they're lucky?
Dog food smells. My roommate brought home some dog food yesterday. It stunk up the whole apartment.
Oh.
It's unusual too, because if you ever see the sea turtles when they're born, and they make a run for it to the ocean, like 90% of them get eaten.
Well, that's not a sea turtle. That's a tortoise.
I'm sure it's the same concept. They do.
No, sea turtles are in the ocean, and
Well, I'm saying when they. I mean, when they have babies, they do the nesting in the dirt or sand. Very similar, so I'm sure they're still susceptible to.
But two wildly different
prey.
animals.
Tortoise is like a box turtle, isn't it?
That's what the picture of that turtle is. It's a.
I don't believe tortoises live that long.
That's what they're saying right
Yeah,
there.
old Jonathan is his name.
Wow.
From KMOV, Doug.
It's a giant tortoise.
Was it
Doug, it's from KMOV.
Pet over there? The camel view?
At nearly 200 years, the Guinness Book World Record, Jonathan the tortoise, the oldest
Was he?
one to ever live.
Wouldn't the only way you would know that for sure if he had been in a zoo that whole time?
Born in 1832.
1832.
Well, maybe he was born and then they just passed it down and kept records.
Well, but the only way you would do that really is if you kept him in captivity the whole time. Otherwise, how would you know it's the same one?
Maybe he is in captivity.
He must have been in a zoo this whole time.
Yeah, because tortoises out of captivity, they don't last long. Somebody's going to hit it with a rock or something. Car.
See, this is why
Somebody's going to take it home, put it in a box, and think it's going to live if you feed it lettuce.
I know, this is a giant tortoise. This isn't just a regular box turtle.
This is why Manute Bowl eligible is one of the best. He's on my Mount Rushmore of texters. Don Adams was the star of Get Smart and was also the voice of Tennessee Tuxedo.
Yes, he was.
And one of the regular segments on Tennessee Tuxedo was The World of Commander McBragg. It all comes full circle.
Right.
The world of...
Chumley, let's go see Mr. Whoopi. That's what he would say. Mr. Whoopi was like a scientist who had all the answers. Whenever they couldn't figure out what to do, they went to see Mr. Whoopi.
Tortoises are the huge turtles, not box turtles. Boots, wrong again. That's from the 6-1.
Well, if you see a turtle on the side of the road, it's a tortoise, isn't it? And you take them home and put it in a box.
And if you actually read the story, Jonathan does have a story of where it was brought to, and it has pictures of people with full suits and ties and pre-electricity days.
Leading you to believe that he must have been in captivity this whole time.
Or at least in some sort of reserve.
I don't know. It didn't look like it was captivity when.
Well, if he was just wandering on his own, how would you ever keep track of anything? How old he is and whether that's the same one you had before?
Well, with research, eventually you find these animals and you tag them. So you kind of have that.
Well, were they tagging
idea
in 1832? Were they tagging?
They weren't tagging animals that long ago.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying maybe somebody discovered them, 50 years ago and realized, oh, this is a 140-some-odd-year-old tortoise.
Again,
maybe we
would you
should
know
research this one.
How do
maybe
you
we
know?
should keep track of it.
No. I think researching live on air is the better move.
Yeah, you just pick up the turtle and guess.
Right.
Well, could
It's
you
190.
pick up a fish in the ocean and say, oh, my God, look at this shark. It's 90 years old. How do you know?
How old does Dover Sole get?
Ugh. Not very old.
I don't know. Not old because they're all caught.
Hoosiers are eating them.
Yeah, it's Hoosier fish.
It really is. When it gets right down to it, it's overpriced Hoosier fish.
I think whales can live to be over 100 years old.
I mean, sea turtles still can. I think they do 50, 60 years old.
No, some sea turtles 160 years old.
How do you know?
In the sea, that's even harder because, when sharks are desperate, they will go for the turtle. They're the only one of very few that can actually get through the shell.
No bones on a shark.
Yeah, cartilage only.
Well. Gangster Pete kind of was cartilage only, too.
Yes, like Gumby. He could literally stretch in any
He had a
direction.
silky smooth jumper.
He could almost get
I'd give
through the
him
door.
buckets.
If the door was closed, he could slide under it still. Kind of like a mouse. Mouse collapses himself.
Oh, I hate mice. Ugh, it sounds soft, but I'm really.
Have you had one in your house?
Yeah. Ugh, it scares the crap out
Dude,
of me.
I've lived in my first dorm in junior college. I had a mouse. I've lived in 3 apartments with mice. I hate them, but I have accepted that they are the cockroach of you cannot get rid of the source without exploding the building and that they're in. You just cannot. They're smart now. They don't do the trap. They don't do the poison. They've learned from generations that
a mouse trap Peanut butter on a mousetrap will still kill him.
Yeah, but
snap that neck.
But I don't even want to like go fish it out. I don't want to be the one who has to fish out the mousetrap and watch with their head and neck snapped in half.
Put on some gloves.
I just don't even want to look
Oh,
at it. The
man,
smell is
Madison
so
would
vile.
Catch them all the time in traps, and we would have in our last apartment, like they chewed from outside where our back patio door is. They chewed like at the base. It was all cement. They chewed right through it to get in. I mean, they chew through cement. They can chew through brick. If they want to get in somewhere, it's impossible. It is impossible.
I've only seen 2 in my life. Just like the owl, I've only seen 1 owl. I saw one run into the woods when I was a little kid playing in Brent. We'd play wiffle ball in the street, and I just saw one run right across my foot.
Yeah.
And then we were in Gatlinburg. We saw one. I saw one in the house. So I've only seen 2 mice in my entire life.
Well, they're everywhere. I saw a video the other day of rats in New York. I guess they had a bunch of trash piled up on the street. I don't know if they had a striker for whatever reason. The trash hadn't come and taken the bags of trash for a few days, and somebody lifted up a bag, and there must have been 25 or 30 big rats run out from underneath it. And just scrambling, running everywhere.
I'd rather see 100 snakes. I'm serious. I hate
Than
rats and mice. Any pest like that really grosses me out. Because, watch this. Blessed. We had a small pool in our backyard. No basement.
Oh, gosh.
But we had a pool.
This is the dude.
Those metal ones?
No, it was a real in-ground
Had a grotto, probably an outdoor kitchen, Doug.
No, but we did have a pool. It is now filled up because the pool is about to cave in on itself. But we did, growing up, have a pool, and my job was to fish out the vermin that would fall in there. This is the grossest. We had a full raccoon in our pool.
Did it drown?
Of course. And I had to go fish her out.
Yeah, once they're
frogs, rats, live birds. A live bird. It was flapping. What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to drown it?
No, you get the net and get them out.
I got the net and I flipped it out and I kind of moved it to the grass and I think eventually wobbled away. But ever since then, I am so out on ever dealing with vermin again.
Really? But a raccoon couldn't paddle his way to the side of the pool and get out?
I don't know. I guess not.
You would think so.
Yeah.
That's really a shame.
Now, my sister
Oh,
down in Orlando, my 2 nieces had gerbils. And gerbils reproduce like every day.
Especially when they live in cold, dark places.
Yeah, I mean, you can have babies, and after like 4 days, the male gerbil is having sex with the babies, and they're getting pregnant.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah,
Now that's Hoosier.
It's just amazing.
Hoosier gerbils.
But when I was down there one year, they had all these babies, and like a week later, my sister goes, "Oh my God, don't go out there! Don't let the girls go out there." Somehow the cage got open, and like 10 of the gerbils got in the pool, and they're all just floating in the pool.
Oh man!
So they came out like, "Mommy, where's all of our gerbils?" I don't know.
Bam! Gerbil.
Ask Uncle Doug.
Floating in the pool.
And then you got to go swimming in the pool after you fish them out.
Oh, chlorine aplenty
chlorine
after
will kill
that.
'em,
Yeah. The more the merrier with that chlorine. That's a pain in the ass too when you're dealing with the pool.
Yeah. I'd like a pool, but I don't want the upkeep that comes with it.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, just get a
to be
pool
honest
boy,
with you.
like your guy down there in Mexico.
Oh, Victor.
Victor was not the pool boy. He was a person who worked at the resort. And he was around the pool. Sure he was. He absolutely was. He was also in the lobby. He was doing a little of everything.
He's one of those
Not a pool boy.
do-it-all guys to where, he probably goes and gets your drugs and
Well, I
all
didn't
that
order
sort of
any
stuff.
drugs while I was down there.
He's
That's a miss.
He's your go-to vacation guy that gets mad tips because he
think
brings
that'd be
you whatever you need.
Do you think it'd be a bad idea to go to Mexico and find someone to go get you some drugs?
I'd rather have somebody do that than me actually go out there and find out myself.
Your head would get lopped off.
Oh, there's dealers at every resort.
Yeah, I mean, in those places, they know that a lot of Americans love drugs. So I'm sure they.
And so how do you know the guy that's selling them?
I'm saying if I had a third-party runner go get it, the worst that could
Victor.
happen, hey, you want to steal my money? Okay, lesson learned.
Yeah, they would have the drug boats at Hito, just like going up and down.
You're kidding.
And I was out there one day and just kind of swimming out to the buoy and back. And the boat's out there. Yeah, man. Good pot. Want some? I said, where do you think I'm keeping money? I have no clothes on. Where do you think I'm going to have money?
Were you naked or did you have your Speedo?
No, I had no clothes on.
Oh, man, that got to be awkward when you
Good price, man. How much you want? I said, where do you think I'm keeping money? Up my ass?
And your butt, so your butt naked. And
Yeah. It was very shallow water, so I can kind of like wade out there, but then when I stand up, it's like to my ankles.
You imagine him going, okay, get in the boat, we'll take you to shore. And you get in the boat and you're completely
Go back room, get money. Go back to the room, man, get money. I wait. Good.
So you said no, ultimately.
Well, you don't know where the pot came from. You have to have a source.
Hey, Boots, sea turtles can live up to 50 years, not 160. Go smoke a dart and let the adults talk.
See, I thought the sea ones
there
were
have
60,
been
but...
fingers. Someone sent in like a chart of how you like tell how old a sea turtle is, but we get so many texts, I don't know where it is.
I'm just going by the Geico commercial. Didn't the guy say, so Geico's 185 years old? Sea turtles can live to be 185. I'm just going by the Geico commercial.
I don't know.
I didn't do any research on sea turtles and their shelf life.
I think anything in the ocean would be more dangerous.
We all rock with
than a
Geico. We
giant
rock
tortoise.
with James Carlton of State Farm Insurance. Best in the business, James Carlton. I hear a little bit about James Carlton there, Plaza.
Oh, heck yeah.
I would like to make sure that I tell you about my insurance agent. And you might be like, I really don't care because I have an insurance agent and I have zero interest in switching. So you're going to have to sell me on James Carlton. I said, fine, I will try to sell you on James Carlton. Number one, I switched to James Carlton, and I was in the same spot as you. I had the same person for a number of years, and I didn't want to have the awkward conversation where I said, I'm going to go a different direction. But my responsibility, and I would imagine your responsibility is the same, is to your family and to put your family in the absolute best position possible. And if you're going to do that, you're going to work with James Carlton. And once you make the switch, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. Customer service, texting you reminders, texting you updates on how you can save money on your policies. There's just no question James Carlton and his team in Webster Groves at State Farm are the absolute best. 314-961-4800 or go online at carltoninsurance.net.
James Carlton. Okay. State Farm. Hey, Jay Jr.'s back in the YouTube chat.
What's he saying?
Nomar Asplay said, Iggy looks like Dottie Pepper, to which Jay responded, Dottie got great skin. Great gal.
I love Dottie.
She was on the broadcast.
She was great. Yeah.
Let's go to Dottie Pepper on the 15th.
Did she have great skin?
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to her when the PGA was in town.
She was no Patty Berg.
No, but she was good.
Patty Berg was like the first lady of golf, right? I think she played football on one of Bud Wilkinson's Oklahoma teams.
I had a set of her clubs as a kid. I had the Patty Bergs.
I had a club, too.
I think it was like
one club.
I think the club head of the driver was blue.
Patty Berg.
Sea turtles aren't in Geico commercials. Try again, Captain McHoosier. That's when there have been fingers.
Well, go look, dumbass.
Yeah, come on now.
The guy's sitting there eating, I don't know, chop suey with chopsticks as he's eating. The gecko thing is right there. And there's a pamphlet that says, so Geico's 185 years old? He goes, do I look 185? He goes,
I think Iggy's actually right on.
He said, well, sea turtles live to be, and however many years he said, but he said, well, sea turtles live to be that long. I thought it was 185. Maybe it was 85. I don't know, but it's on the Geico commercial.
I believe Geico is 85, not 185.
Okay, there you go.
Again,
so I apologize. It was a commercial. I didn't make this up, do any research. I just remember the commercial.
Well, it is Friday, so it's time for the Post Sports Bar and Grill presentation of the drops of the week.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill presents Iggy's Drops of the Week.
I see some persip.
Why don't you try to get a forecast right first before you pop off?
Oh, Peter. Oh, Peter.
I do have a lot of matted tufts.
I listened to a lot of NPR as a child.
I've never buried one of my girls.
I have to take a massive poop.
And I just walked in and said, can I get in on this? I was thinking of Mayo April. Yep. Well, there wasn't a producer in this city that could touch me.
How were your nipple clamps?
I wear a size 9, and I'm hanging fat dong, dude. Like.
I did make out with my first cousin. Happy birthday
Jack.
to you. And then I had to go, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, you little small ween cuck. Get in the corner, suck your thumb, loser.
His pubis is kindling.
I was the tiniest of twinks back then. Are you into people watching you? I'd love to watch you guys have sex. We all breathe. I'm getting tired of this BS. I was the best at what I did for a very long time.
I couldn't get an erection until 2016. It was the strangest coincidence.
You can do whatever you want with me. I always try to match my hat with something I have on.
It's the cock.
Bidets are like the gateway to enemas.
Good point. Good point.
Don't be jumping into my territory, glue guzzler. My friend John Ashton was in that.
The stallion is out of the barn.
I almost didn't go to the induction to go to Los Lonely Boys. I'm riding the coattails of Tim. I don't want this a-hole to win.
Yeah, when you can see the crust. Now we can do one thing. When you can actually visibly see the crust.
You can keep a fire going for a week based on the tufts of your nether region.
The power got to my head a little bit.
You look so much like a Bruce.
By 16, you've got full shrubbery.
Was that a good idea? I'm not sure.
I pimp around.
The Rams defeat the Buccaneers to take on
49ers.
The 49ers.
I think you're doing a shoot.
That was another SportsCenter update driven by Johnny Londoff.
That was Iggy's Drops of the Week, presented by The Post.
Stay posted, my friends.
Oh, God, it hurts to listen to me do that.
How did it go yesterday?
The balloon party's been on hiatus, and
Oh,
when
that's
Tim's
right, you
gone,
haven't
BK and Ferrari have been doing an extra hour. It's kind of like a little vacation for me from the pain and anxiety that the SportsCenter update
Have you
brings me.
decided to maybe write it out?
I did. So that one was from Monday. Tuesday's SportsCenter update. There's a little whiteboard in there.
Yeah.
So I wrote down my main talking points and kind of ad-libbed around it. Because what's tripped me up is the Marquette mascot and who the hell the Rams were playing in the NFC Championship.
Just tape it.
I was thinking about doing that, but there's something I think people enjoy if I can mess up and they want to tune in.
Probably so, yeah.
So then you mess up on purpose to make them happy?
No, trust me. Nothing I have done on the SportsCenter update has been on purpose. That is all.
Well, then just don't mess up.
Yeah,
It's only 20 seconds long.
Well, I'm not a seasoned veteran.
Blues won
man.
5-1 tonight, and back to you, Tim.
I'm still kind of, green? I'm still a little green.
A little green in the gills?
Yeah, I'm still learning. Jay Randolph Jr. back in the YouTube chat said Patty Berg. Wow.
She could hit the ball a long way. I think she hurt her knee is what slowed down her football career. But she was a big old gal who could really hit it.
Well, there were a lot of them out there back then.
Yeah. I don't know that she was
Pat
as
Bradley.
big as the big mama, Joanne Carner.
Big Mama, still playing. She played in a tournament. It might have been the Women's U.S. Senior Open last year. She's like 90.
Oh, really?
And she was playing, and she shot 76. They let her have a cart, and she's smoking a dart. 90 years old, smoking a dart, and shot 76 in an LPGA event. That's amazing to me.
That's living large.
Yeah. No, she's a Hall of Famer.
HOF.
They could let them all drive carts, and it wouldn't bother me.
I kind of like watching them walk.
Why? They never show you them walking.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Rarely.
Oh.
Usually, as soon as he hits it, they move on to somebody else.
But then you'd miss out on the walk to 18. I'd be in on that. I'd be in with carts as long as they have to walk 18.
They talk about slow play being a factor with some players. Just have them all do carts.
But the reason that they're slow play isn't because of they're walking through balls. It's guys taking 12 practice swings and then changing clubs and taking another
Okay, but if they still do the 12 practice swings, instead of taking 5 minutes to walk to get your ball, it takes you 30 seconds to drive to get your ball. So now you have a 4.5 minutes that you saved. So even if they do the same routine, you're saving 4.5 minutes probably every hole for every golfer if you do the math.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's a routine for every golfer. I mean, you set up, even if you get somebody in the crowd messes you up, you go back and you do your whole routine. I get that. But if you know your opponent is out, he's like 10 yards behind you in the fairway, and you just stand there while the other player gets his yardage, they look at the wind, they hit a club, and then they hit. Then the other player goes through his yardage and win. Do that while you're waiting for him.
Right.
And when he's done hitting, you're ready to go.
Now some
I've
players,
got my yardage, I got my wind. Okay, as soon as he's done, I'm stepping up and hitting.
Now some players would argue that when the player is addressing the ball and getting ready to hit, they don't want anyone moving or swinging around or warming up. Now, if you're on the other side of the fairway, but let's say you're 10 yards apart, they might not want you doing
But
that.
I'm not saying
mostly out of
swinging.
your blind spot. I mean, at some point, these guys are so far right, even if you're ahead of them, they're caddying. You could do your yardage, get your club set up. You don't have to do your pre-swings, but, shooting your yardage and getting,
Well, you're
everything.
doing all that while they're doing it. They're getting their yardage, and you're getting your yardage. I'm not saying take practice swings. Do that when you're ready to go. That's all pre-shot routine. You take a few practice swings before you address the ball. But the yardage thing, you're just sitting there talking to the guy. All right, 148, what are we looking at here? The wind is... and you do all that while the other guy's doing it, and you're ready to hit.
Imagine expecting, a crowd, in the thousands on every hole to not cough, for a cell phone not to
don't
go
move.
off.
Don't take a
for
cell
a
phone
plane
picture.
not to fly over.
Or I'm no good. I can't possibly hit the ball.
I'm not saying people shouldn't yell during your backswing. You know, I understand there are some distractions. I think it's a little bit petty sometimes.
Yeah,
that,
I do too.
You know, you give this ridiculous reaction. You played hundreds of thousands of shots of golf.
Right, but
that
all of those have been in
year.
silence.
Well, I get.
How about just get over yourself?
Yeah,
How about that?
I think you
How
know
about deal with the rest of the world?
you got to deal with the elements a little bit, or you
Yeah.
just don't have crowds. If you're so concerned with a cell phone beeping or somebody coughing or somebody talking during your backswing, maybe you just don't allow fans.
I've played with guys, and I'm a quick player. I just like to get up and hit it, and nothing bothers me. You know, like I'll hit a bad shot, and somebody, Iggs, I'm sorry, I was talking, take it over. You didn't bother me. That had nothing to do with my shot. And then you have other guys that are really bad golfers, and they'll be ready to hit, and then maybe somebody back there is like, "You see that?" or something like that. Way to talk on my backswing.
Yeah,
that didn't bother you. You just suck. It had nothing to do with the talking in your backswing. So don't make excuses.
Just do the Ken method. When you're impatient on a packed course and can't see the group in front of you over the hill, when another group in front of them is still on the green, just go ahead and hit like a Hoosier.
Even on the PGA Tour,
Spicy
if you take a third practice swing, the guys behind you ought to be able to hit into you.
Yeah.
Or if you waggle, who is it? Sergio Garcia, who sits there and waggles 15 times. If you waggle more than 2 or 3 times, they can go ahead and hit into you.
Very
It's
rarely is
spice up the
anybody.
game,
Very
isn't it?
rarely, unless it's a par 5 or somebody's in trouble, you're not waiting on any hole in the PGA Tour.
And the apologists are like, oh, well, it's the routine. Well, maybe during your practice rounds or practicing with maybe shorten up the routine. Instead of the 50 waggle, just get up there and make shooting it immediately after 2 practice swings your routine.
Yes.
So at that point, a couple weeks, a month from now, that's all going to be second nature. It's not going to be the triple waggle, up my yardage again,
I expect-
20 practice swings.
As we address this to the PGA Tour, the people we should be addressing it to are people like us, who aren't very good and play slow.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you're not good, you better play quick. I mean, if you're hitting 10 on every
Either
hole,
way, I don't
that's
care if you are
fine
good.
if you're slapping it quickly.
Yeah.
That's when I hit into people. And I know the texter said if there's somebody on the green and somebody in the fairway, I'm hitting into them. No, I can see that. If I'm on a par 4 and there's somebody in the fairway and there's somebody on the green, I'm waiting. If there's nobody on the green and they're out there taking practice swings and marking off yardage and talking to each other, sitting in the cart,
Hit him.
you're going to get it. And if it's a par 5 where you just dubbed one out in the fairway 130 yards and the other group is on the green and you're waiting for the
They
green to
deserve
clear,
it.
you're getting hit.
Hit him.
I'm
Have
probably
you ever
getting
hit somebody with the ball?
No.
Have you ever been hit?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I almost passed out.
Oh, what happened?
It was at Springfield Country Club, actually. And I was...
It wasn't Johnny Johnson, was it?
I sure hope
No.
Ned.
I forgot his name. He was a loyal listener to
Messman.
Jock 98.7, and he would take me out there all the time and play. And I don't know. He was like maybe 20 yards behind me, and I was standing next to the cart, and he just shanked the hell out of it, pulled it straight left into I think it hit my collarbone.
Ooh.
And I was so shocked that this ball hit me that I almost passed out. I was like, I got woozy.
Yeah.
And I just had to sit in the cart and drink some water because that thing, you just hear, and you see the thing coming at you and it hits you in the collarbone.
Oh, yeah.
And I couldn't. I played one more hole. I said, I got to go home. I said, I'm too shaken. I said, it didn't hurt me, but just seeing that ball come at me, I said, I almost passed out, and I just sat in the car, and I tried to hit one ball, and I was like wobbly knee, and I said, I just got to go home.
Now, do you think this is payback for all the iron you shot at what was her name? Grossmutter? Is this payback?
Oh,
is this
No.
karma coming back at you for shooting?
because that
at
was
You know
her?
how she felt.
No, it was like,
She took a lot of pellets in the
it was like
collarbone.
30-something years before that. It took that long for somebody to hit me with a golf ball?
Sometimes you never know.
Yeah, it comes back around, bro.
No, he felt so bad, too. I said, it's not your fault. Well, it is your fault. How'd you shank a ball from 20 yards? You hit it straight left. That's terrible.
Well, how far right in front of him were you? You shouldn't have been in the cart right in front of him.
20 yards off to
Were you
the...
way off to the side?
Well, pretty much off. He was like right in the rough, and I was in the cart. I didn't think there's any way. I mean, you basically have to shut your club head and come straight over the top of the ball to shank it that far left from 20 yards away.
You're lucky he didn't hit you in the mouth or something.
I'm saying that's probably why I almost passed out, because it came close to my mouth, my temple.
I almost
Just hit me right in the collarbone.
I almost hit For the Flower right in the ankles once.
Oh.
Number 11 at Normandy. He's sitting probably 30 yards to the left, a little up. So
Cletus, of course, was going through his rigorous lessons where he would adjust me and, essentially I was surrendering all control and letting Cletus take over.
Oh.
I love when he does that.
And he adjusted too much to a point where I went kind of over the top with a 5-wood and just pulled it dead left, right flower. Thing probably came out 100 miles per hour right at his feet, and he had to jump over it, and it was an experience. But that just goes to show you maybe sometimes Cletus can be a little too handsy when you're trying to play golf. I mean, there's that famous picture of me, and then of course, as we heard in the break, he took Plowsy as his lover and gave him a smooch right in the lips.
Oh.
I did hit Cam. I take that back. I did hit Cam Jansen in the foot, but I told him I was going to do that. We were teeing off, and I said at some point they were playing in front of us. I said, you better be quick, because if we're waiting for you, at some point I'm hitting into you. And I think it was on the 18th at Gateway. And
you think you're a big enough guy to be threatening other golfers on the course?
Especially former NHL enforcers.
I laid up right in the fairway, didn't hit very well, so I had like a 5-wood to the hole. And Cam was up in the green. I'm just going to punch one up there. I don't think I can get there. And I'll just yell 4, and I just hit a good shot, and it hit short, but it rolled onto the green like up by his foot. And he just looked back, and he started throwing his club like he was going to come back.
Yeah, it had number 55 take that.
Well, hurry up, buddy.
We got a text here from Carlos Spicy. We were in Normandy 2 years ago. Danity Stack can attest to this, too. Number 14 at Normandy, we're waiting to hit in the fairway and see a worm burner soccer golf ball whiz between our carts and turn around and see Ken with his hands on his hips while Cletus was probably pissing in the bushes.
Oh.
Carlos Spicy Wiener.
You took a shot at
Well, where were you that I hit a worm burner that went by you?
14.
Yeah, but where were you in the fairway? A worm burner wouldn't go by you if I'm on the tee.
14 is that the par 4. Everything kind of slopes to the left.
To the left, yeah.
Yeah.
So what would have been a worm burner if you're out in the fairway and I hit one? It had to be a pretty good drive.
Well, maybe you duffed your first ball and then hit like a 5-wood, rolled it right past him.
I still wouldn't have duffed it to get to him. It would have been a good shot.
Could have been a worm burner though. I like a worm burner. Sometimes on a dry day, a worm burner will do you just fine.
Yeah.
You roll it right up out there.
Yeah.
They don't ask how; they ask how many, Plowsy.
I think one of the most likely places to get hit and where it would really hurt is after you've played a par 3 and you want to go down to your cart and mark your score and everything before you move on to the next tee.
Yeah, you're getting hit into.
Yeah, you're definitely getting hit.
Because a lot of people will do it. You'll see people do that.
You
They
gotta
just
do it
stay
on
at
the
the
next
cart
hole.
right there.
You
until
do
they
your
right.
score at the next tee box. That should be. That's an
Absolutely,
unwritten rule.
Plowsy. Yeah.
And that's obvious.
Yeah, I think Tim will probably remember this one. That's the closest I came to hitting somebody that actually hit into him on purpose. But they were taking forever up on the green. And then they walked off the green, then they're standing there talking to each other by the cart, and I said, screw this.
You've had enough.
And I hit it, and I pulled it left, and I think it hit the hill and went, like, through their cart.
Dude, whose cart?
The people in front of us. They were just standing there talking, and I said, screw this, and I hit it left of the green. I think it hit the hill and bounced, like, through their cart.
Well, do you think you're a large enough gentleman to be doing this to other golfers? What happens if it's go time?
I'm sending a message.
Well, they may send a big message, too, when they come back.
Hey, if they think fighting's going to handle it, then come on over and hit me. I don't care.
I remember Robbie Fabry about hit me when I was playing solo at Normandy, and I had to help him find his ball.
Oh, Rob Fabry was playing at Normandy?
Yep.
Find a honey hole?
No, I did tell him where the honey holes were, and he didn't seem interested because I assume that he gets
15,
all of his, Pro V1s probably handed to him, and probably doesn't have to go look in a honey hole to find.
Plowsy's only a slow player when he finds a honey hole.
Yeah.
Well, if he's in looking for a ball and he finds a honey hole, he's like, "Where's Plowsy?" He comes out with like 30 golf balls.
I do that sometimes too.
When you find them, you just can't stop because some of them are like one-hit use.
Right,
I mean,
you
clean
in a basket.
I love the carts with the ball cleaner too. That's a great addition because you can clean those immediately and be ready to play with them immediately.
Right. Now, Doug, Tim, myself, and your son Greg, and Ricky Putz as well. When we were playing the Dodom, you had to leave to go tend to some journalism, and we accidentally hit into some gentlemen, including Cam Jansen.
I heard, and they came back looking for a squabble.
Well, they came right after your boy. They came right after Greg for some reason.
Was he the one who did it?
I thought Greg knew the guy. That's because
I think he did.
Because Greg was laughing.
I think he did know the guy.
Maybe, but he was ready.
Cam must be slow. That's
Greg
two people that hit into him.
He was not. Greg was not scared. He was not nervous, as Benner would say.
Well, Greg's a bomber. Greg's a bomber.
Big bomber. Big bomber. And his buddy was a hell of a putter, Ricky Putz. We still couldn't get under.
That's Eric Broom.
Ricky Putz.
Good dude. Good dude. Doug was there. Yeah, that was the day that I was supposed to play with someone who bid on me, and I went up to ask him. I said, "Hey, you fellas bid on me?" And they said, "We don't know who the hell you are. Please leave our foursome."
Well, the other bidders were at the hot dog stand getting the free putts in.
Oh,
it was a good worm burner. No hang time. Also, fun fact: Ken tossed his club at Cam for he and I talking once at Gateway, while his own caddy sat in cart collecting cash and scrolling Instagram while the fats drooled over her, sitting there in athleisure. It's from Carlos.
Yeah, for the record, I did that for the camera. We were filming that, and I acted like I was mad, and I fake throwing a club at Cam. I haven't thrown a club in like 30 years.
Doug, you like to throw a club.
I do. I like to throw a club. Yeah, especially the driver.
When
Getting into the woods, just throw it as far as you can.
I just know I suck, so like I've never felt the need to.
I don't do it in anger. I do it just because it's a fun thing to do.
Yeah, it is.
It is, but it all depends on the club and what the
Yeah,
end result is after
Right,
the
if
throw.
it's too nice a club, you don't want to risk.
Yeah, I'm
It's
not
your
damaging.
$400 driver and it shatters in half.
Yeah, don't
Maybe
want
it
that.
wasn't the best.
Oh,
throw.
I've shattered the driver in half. I was pulling it out of my trunk, and it kind of got caught on one of like the wheel well.
Oh, you got to watch that. Yeah, those. There's not a ton of give with those.
Well, they're
shafts there.
Graphite shafts.
We used to have this guy who was part of Fairways and Greens, called himself Club Maker to the Stars.
Wow.
Number one comedian in Vegas.
What a humbling experience.
No, Jay, you're listening. Kenny, was it Kenny?
Kenny G.
Kenny Strode.
No, I forgot his last name.
Oh, that's you.
I forgot his last name. But anyway, I had a tournament I had to play out at Spencer T.
Alton.
And my driver had come loose. So I asked him, I said, "Can you put a new head on here?" So I took it out to Kenny Tucker. Kenny Tucker is his name.
K-Tuck.
And good guy.
Taxi.
But I said, I need a new head on here. Can you do it by, I want this head on here, but it was before you could like buy the new head and just screw it in. You had to actually glue the thing in there. So I said, yeah, it'll be ready for Saturday. So I picked it up on Friday, and I think maybe the first hole I hit 3-wood or something, but it was one hole that was over water. And I take out the driver, and as soon as I swing and hit the ball, the driver head comes off right into the lake. Like, what the hell happened here? So I take it back to Kenny. He goes, "You didn't let it dry enough." I said, "You told me to be ready by Saturday."
Sure I did.
And sure enough, first hole into the lake with my driver head.
Oh, did you get it back?
No, I had to hit 3-wood the rest of
And
the
he
day.
was the club maker to the Stars?
He was good, though.
Not that
maybe
good.
maybe it's just the glue. I don't know.
Club maker for.
Kenny Tucker, Club Maker to the Stars.
I can't help but think that's such a great name.
I was in
I wish I had that.
Miami. I was in a charity golf tournament before the tournament. They had like a long drive contest between a couple sportscasters and Miami Hurricane football players for some reason. I just got a brand new driver, and I was really happy about it. I thought this really going to help. I was big time into golf at the time, and I hit my shot, decent shot, and then one of these Miami Hurricane football players, a lineman, had to be 300 pounds, said, "I didn't bring a club. Can I borrow your club, man?" I said, "Sure." Clearly he wasn't a golfer at all. Takes a huge swing, and the driver hits deep into the ground before it ever gets to the ball and broke my club.
Oh my God!
I swung it one time.
And how did you react to the
no
gentleman?
big deal, guy. No, that is funny.
Well, he played for Miami, so I'm sure he was making money. He probably bought you a new.
Yeah, you probably should ask for a.
No big deal. Really, it's fine.
Jimmy Johnson will take care of it.
It's okay.
Yeah, was Jimmy there or was it?
First it was Howard Snellenberger, and then
Yeah.
it was Jimmy Johnson. I'm not sure who was the coach at the time.
Coker? No, you weren't there for the Coker days.
No,
So it was
Snellenberger and Johnson.
So Ray Lewis destroyed your club.
I'm sure it wasn't Ray Lewis. He wasn't there at the time.
Did
Can I
Ed
do
Reed
a-
go to Miami?
Who?
Ed Reed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can I do some station business real quick?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay.
I'd mentioned yesterday that I was going to go out today after the show and do some stuff with Becky Lynch for our YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, the man.
Found out she's not going to be there, so I'm not going. I'm not. There were like seven wrestlers that were going to make available for this 3-hour span that they're going to be there, and I don't know any of them. I mean, you heard of them, AJ Styles and some other ones, but I mean, I'm just interested in Becky Lynch.
Right.
So if I can't,
And she'd be interested in you too.
She's a treat.
well, if I can't do anything with her, now I told Joe Rod, who's going to be down there doing some stuff, I guess for Claims Online, that I said if I can get Becky Lynch at some point today, I'll come back and tape the interview. So let me know. I'm not going down to this hotel to do something with people I don't know. I don't know Becky Lynch either. I just want to meet her. And I think we could have had some fun because I had some great questions lined up for Becky.
She would ask you out, probably.
No, she's married to.
Wouldn't matter.
She's married to one. She's married to one of the wrestlers.
She's out of town now, though.
Scotty Too Hottie?
No, who's in the main event at?
You're asking the wrong crowd.
Yeah, this is the wrong crowd.
He's in the main event at Royal
Call
Rumble.
in, Larry.
He's in
the main
there.
event?
For Royal Rumble?
Might be Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
Or maybe AJ Styles.
my
She's
buddy-
married to one of those guys.
My buddy was at the Blues game last night and said that Charlotte Flair was there.
Yeah, so there were a ton of people surrounding Undertaker at the airport.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For autographs.
Who's he married to? Because he's in town to watch his wife wrestle.
The Undertaker is.
They're all married to the they're all.
Well,
married.
He's not wrestling. He's retired, I thought. But
You know, a lot of people get married to people they meet at work.
I think I saw Timberfake there getting an autograph.
And if they're traveling
Surprise,
around all the
surprise.
time and staying in hotels and hitting the bars afterwards, that's who
Makes
you would meet.
sense. Yeah, you're in the same profession, so you got a lot in common.
The Undertaker is married to Michelle McCool.
She must have a wrestling name.
I think that is her wrestling name.
Oh, well, I guess
I don't
she's
think her
wrestling.
real last name is McCool.
I'm gonna say if that's her real last name, pretty.
Well, anyway, the phone's ringing. Maybe that's Becky Lynch.
Almost certainly Larry.
I don't think so.
So Becky Lynch is not going to be there to be interviewed today, so I'm not going down there. But if you want to hear an interview I did do on wrestling, the interview I did with Eric Bischoff,
Yeah.
Plowsy, and at Jackson have got it up on our YouTube page. So I put a link. I think I tweeted out a link.
Yeah.
And I
I'll
think
retweet that right now.
I think I put it on the fan page, but
I'll
it
retweet that link.
was a fun interview. I mean, he's always outspoken. I mean, you can ask him a question, he doesn't haw around. He'll answer it. And we talked about a beef he's got going on with some guy from the AEW and things that went wrong in WCW, and when Time Warner took over. Talked about Korea, him going in the Hall of Fame. So I thought it was a fun interview. So if you want to listen to that, it's up on our YouTube page. You
Yep,
can go listen
I just
to it.
retweeted it, so you can find it at the morning after STL on YouTube, TMASTL, at TMASTL. All right, that's going to close out the 8 o'clock hour. On the other side of the break, we have the Burr Rally Cutlery Cuts of the Week, Design Air Heating and Cooling, email today, and just a ton more sketches and bits. I mean, we're really,
Yeah, we really worked on this show.
Yeah, we got together at 4:45 for the pre-show meeting, and we decided on some really solid topics.
Well, we
and
tried to, but the snow just wouldn't allow us to get here that early.
And the 10 cities thing, I mean, it didn't stick as I thought it would. But
I thought it did just
No, it's
about
already,
as well
it's
as
already
we.
stopped. It's done. So
Right. So, yeah, we're just trying to get over this weather here. It's kind of bringing us all down. But we'll try our best here in the 9 o'clock hour. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM, The Pilot Plant, TMASTL.com, and YouTube.com, YouTube/TMASTL.
KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. Your home for the morning after and TMA all day. Stream us live at youtube.com/TMASTL and at TMASTL.com.
Guys, the Karate Kid was on AMC yesterday. Did Doug catch it?
I didn't watch it. Of course not. Of
I
course
saw it.
not.
You think it started with some music and then ended
I
with
have
some
no
letters?
idea and don't even care.
That Cobra Kai is still evil.
For much of the day, I was in the middle of one of the most ridiculous episodes of my recent life.
What happened?
We had a graduation party for young Greg, finally. We've been going to graduation parties also.
University High School class of
Yeah, so we
2014.
finally got around to ours. And the wife says, you have to go pick up the pulled pork. I said, okay, where am I going? She goes, you're going to Ollie's in Fenton. I have a recommendation that Ollie's in Fenton is a great place for pulled pork, so that's where I bought it from. So she gives me the address, 125.
How far do you think it was?
Well, 12 minutes from my house, 10 minutes, maybe 12.
Yes!
So I Google in the address. I head towards Fenton. How hard can this be? Ollie's at that address. I get to the address. It's like an old shut-down warehouse in the middle of Old Fenton. I said, what the hell? What the hell? So I call home. Nobody answers the phone. Who knows why?
Because they don't
answer the
take your
phone.
calls. You're
So
just a servant.
I drive her all around. I say, well, there's got to be an Ollie's Barbecue. So I Google Ollie's Barbecue, Fenton, nothing. Ollie's Barbecue, St. Louis, nothing. Call home. Nobody picks up the phone. Drive to Old Town, Fenton, downtown, looking for Ollie's. Drive in, nothing. Finally, they call me from home, say, did you get the pulled pork? I said, no, there's no such thing as Ollie's Barbecue in Fenton. He goes, oh, it's not a store, it's just a guy. I said, what do you mean it's just a guy? I'm just buying pulled pork from a guy who's standing around Fenton? Well, that's right. So they call Ollie, and Ollie calls me and says, I'll meet you behind the warehouse with the pulled pork. I said, what? He says, you got the cash? I said, what? You got to pay cash for pulled pork from a guy standing around a warehouse in Fenton?
What are you serving to your guests?
Yeah. So I say, okay, I'm coming for the pulled pork. He says, I'm in the red LeBaron.
LeBaron?
No, the red Suburban. Red Suburban.
You're part of the LeBaron underworld.
I was in the LeBaron. He said, I'm in a red Suburban. So I go back to that first warehouse where I was, and sure enough, he's sitting there in a red Suburban by the warehouse just with the pulled pork in his car. And I get out, and he picks up the pulled pork. He takes my cash. He puts the pork in the car and drives away. I said, who buys food this way? What are we doing? This is how you buy heroin. I thought if there's a policeman watching this go down with me handing him the money and taking away boxes of food, he thinks I'm a drug lord.
Can I ask a question? Are you ready for a follow-up question?
Sure.
Okay, so your wife set this up, and she told you to go to Ollie's barbecue.
Ollie's. She just said go to Ollie's.
And does she think you know this guy?
That's what I yelled. I said, where's your communication skills?
Woman? Did you call her woman?
You tell me this is not a store. I'm hopping mad. This is the most ridiculous way to buy food I've ever heard of. I'm buying, like, pulled pork on the black market? Really?
And?
For cash?
And how was the pulled pork?
And then we take it home, had this big party, and I swear to God, 5 people, totally unsolicited, came up and said, that was the best pulled pork I've ever had. I said, who put you up to the question? Nobody. That was just great.
Ollie.
It's yeah.
This is Ollie Raymond, who used to work at...
Ollie Raymond, the weather guy. No, it was not him. No. It was the
He used
darndest
to work
thing.
at KMOV, and now he has a underground pulled pork business.
I guess that's what it is. You got to pay him cash, and then he gets out of there real fast.
How much did he charge you?
It's $200.
Cash? Yeah,
for like
cash.
3 big trays. Yeah, oh gosh.
Did your wife tell you that?
No paper.
Benjamins?
No paper trail.
Well, wait a minute. Now, did your wife tell you needed cash?
Yeah, I had it.
All right, because you don't strike me as a guy that's going to carry around hundreds in cash.
Well, I did on this day because I was going to meet Ollie. I thought it was a barbecue restaurant. Nope, just a guy standing out there in the parking lot.
Did you have any of the pulled pork?
Yeah.
Good?
It's pretty good. All pulled pork is the same.
Oh.
I kind of agree with Doug on that. I don't really know. I don't know much difference on pulled pork, but I'm not a big pulled pork guy, so maybe that's the issue.
Did you wash it down with some tap water?
Ooh.
I had some bottled water, actually. Live an eye on the hall.
Yeah, good for you, Dougie.
I did. Yeah.
Guys, I'm enjoying your program this morning from the Tampa airport. You sound spectacular today. # coming home.
All right.
Who was that?
# coming home.
Who's coming home from Tampa?
Don't.
Well, tell us who you are. Don't just say I'm coming home.
Be honest, Doug, this is not the first time you've paid cash for a man's meat behind a warehouse.
Oh, wait, this is an email.
Yeah, it's a text.
I don't have my suspension log, Yule.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with HeroLoan.com. If you qualify, the VA loan program is the best option out there. You can buy a house with no money down, and you can cash out refinance up to 100% of your home's appraised value. At HeroLoan.com, we pay for your appraisal and can close your VA loan in as little as 14 days. Whether you're refinancing or buying a home, visit HeroLoan.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Doug, Adam is on the line. I think you're sideways with him, but I can't.
Crying out loud.
We are not sideways anymore, Dougie. But real quick, Charlie, there is a groundswell of support for you on the Facebook page. People are loving this little threesome you guys got going on with Jim out of there, Charlie in. It's a great setup. It's a good feng shui. People are loving it.
So you want me to whack the cat?
I didn't say that.
Well, I appreciate that, but I'm fine as just the fill-in guy. Cat's my guy.
Shush. I wrote.
Oh, shush you.
Shush you. Doug,
Yes.
I wrote a rap song for you because I love you so much. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Andy, he's a real cool dude, walking down the street and acting a fool. Oh, always doing sports and radio in his khaki shorts. And you are so special to me, living it up down South Miami. And gee, he's got the grandpa swag. Hey, Gramps, come on, sit on my face.
Pot him down! Pot him down!
You didn't even finish. He has H&N, right?
Yeah, I know.
Adam has been suspended for that particular line in his song.
Did you think there was any chance that a rap dedicated to you was going to go well?
I thought it might. It wasn't bad there at the beginning. It kind of got sour towards the end.
Adam's been suspended, gentlemen. 4 days' time, and his name's been...
I see it right there.
Logule.
I like when people come in with material, though.
Don from Delwood's on the line.
Hello, Don.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Oh, we're fine. You?
Hey, Doug, are you the type of guy that likes to, slap his butt cheeks and...
Put him down! Put him down! So stupid. He was on hold for at least half an hour to say that. Don from
Longer
Delwood.
than that. Here's the worst part, though. Sometimes I want to know where they're going with it. I want to hear the ending of it.
It almost always goes bad when they start out with Doug. I know that something awful is about to happen.
If Doug's the first word and flap is in the second or third word.
In this case, a little suspension has been rained down on the Delwood region. Don from Delwood has been suspended a period of 4 days' time for an audio violation. His name has been entered into the suspension logule.
I think these phone lines may be poison. I might agree with you on that.
The phone lines are rising.
Enterprise Contracting is your locally owned and operated storm damage insurance claims specialist in roofing, siding, and gutter replacement and repair. They can help evaluate your home for storm damage from hail and wind that the St. Louis area continually receives year-round. Work with the great Connor Lee at Enterprise Contracting. Give them a call and just mention the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM at 314-455-5000. That's 314-455-5000.
You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. Featuring the Ryan Kelly Morning After, live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. And another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. Find the full schedule at TMASTL.com. Brought to you by Ryan Kelly at thehomeloanexpert.com. The most efficient mortgage process you'll ever experience.
Well, let's put our golf where our mouths are.
Now.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
TMASTL.com and YouTube.com/TMA.
A listener wanted to hear that, a female listener wanted to hear Northern Lights.
We don't have those.
Even though I played Renaissance last week, I played another one today because she wanted to hear it.
Oh, very nice. Hey, guys, I'm pretty sure this song ran during the closing credits to the first season of Felicity. That's
No,
from
it didn't.
Manupal Eligible. Boys, I'm fighting through some right now. I'll be honest with you.
What's happening?
Well, we all know that I sleep on my face.
That's a
See,
big problem.
yeah, me and Doug have had that problem in the past.
Right. I sleep,
Not together, but separate.
That's a shame. My neck hurts so bad. My neck and back. I mean, it started right at the top of my neck, and now it's moved down to right at the top of my spine, and I'm in pain.
Well, maybe start sleeping differently.
You have to.
But I like sleeping on my face.
Well, I did too, until I hurt my neck so bad I could hardly stand a car ride to the chiropractor to get it fixed. That's some of the worst pain I've ever felt.
Really?
You do things, if you lie down on your face, you do things to your neck at sleep you would never do if you were awake.
Right. Just kind of ringing
Bending
around.
your neck that way, yeah, you got to stop.
I know.
An orthopedic pillow might help you.
I have that sleep cocoon.
What is that?
I like get into this like cocoon and it wraps around me.
Oh, you sissy boy, throw that thing away. Get the orthopedic pillow.
Well, that's probably your problem. You can't move. You're on your face, and then you're all curled up like a ball. You can't move.
But it's so cozy.
A bed is supposed to be where you stretch out, and throughout the night and you move. Now my problem is you get older. I start on my right side, and I always put my hand underneath the pillow, and then so it's kind of like under my head, but it's under the pillow.
Right.
And then I put a pillow between my legs, and then I just kind of curl up, and I'm fine. But at some point in the night, my arm falls asleep.
Yeah, I get that.
And then I wake up, and I have to turn to the left side.
And it feels like someone's like in your bed with you because your hand's asleep and they're like touching you, and you're like, who's that?
That's a stranger.
I never
Is
had
that a friend?
Never had that problem, but lately it's my arm falls asleep, and I wake up, and I'm not up for long. I go right back to sleep, and I have to turn over to my left side, and then fall asleep on the left side.
Jackson, have you been to a chiropractor?
Nah.
That'll help you.
Nah.
It'll help you a lot.
A little aspirin, a little bit of want to, Moxie.
Are you planning to stop sleeping on your face? How do you breathe?
You know, I was talking to my buddy about this the other day. I think what I do is I put my forehead on the pillow, and then the bridge of my nose creates a little pocket under the pillow where I receive oxygen. The oxygen I need
Don't receive
to
it
leave.
that way.
I think that's how it works.
I have a king-size bed, but I get about a quarter of a twin size
billion
to sleep
because
on.
of the dogs.
I have 3 dogs, 2 of them.
All 3 of them were on there?
All 3 of them will start on there. Bart will end up transferring to the couch at some point, but they just lean up against you. And at the beginning, it's nice because it's almost like a back brace, so you're in a good position. But then they kind of kick you off slower and slower throughout the night, and then you realize you're boxed to basically almost the floor.
They go out to the no way they're in the bed. Now when I used to have a cat, the cat would sleep at the end of the bed, but in the morning it'd wake up, it'd be in my face or on my head. I'd wake up, I had cat hair on my head, and she's in my mouth, and she's sleeping on top of my head. And I said, look, you got to go out. You're outside.
It was our mistake to do that. Obviously, they're used to it now.
We got big dogs too.
Yeah,
big dog.
I mean, our one that just turned 1 just went to the vet, and he's 84 pounds, 83 pounds.
Oh, boy, that's a big old hoss.
He's not even done growing, so he's a big boy.
Do you walk them all at the same time, or is it they're on different schedules?
I'm able to. I usually take them out separately, so I'll do 3 separate 20-minute walks. So I haven't.
Boy, these are pit bulls.
2 pitties, and the other one's kind of a Great Pyrenees boxer mix.
Land sharks.
They're fantastic. But no, I do 3 separate walks.
Bite you one night while you're sleeping.
How many people have the pit bulls killed?
Well, I don't have a sunflower garden, so usually I just
throw them in the
dumpster.
dumpster.
Eat them.
Yeah, I mean they don't let anything go to waste, Doug. The
I
pitties.
thought they would kill for sport.
They go for the eyeballs
I
first.
think calling them pitties doesn't make them any more kind and gentle.
Trust me, the pity mixes are the only way I'll ever go.
Never owned a dog.
Why not?
I was afraid of them as a kid. I think I got a bad experience with a dog, and when I was really young and really scared.
You still afraid of them?
There's a dog who lives in my apartment. Beautiful. If she's listening right now, hi Dee Dee.
I had a Scottish Terrier named Pete. He might have been the worst dog ever. Every time the phone rang, because this is a time when I was a kid, there's no cell phones, it's a corded phone. So, the ridiculous loud ring, it would chase whoever was going to answer it. So me and my sister in the morning, my parents would call us to make sure we were awake. And, you had to run and jump on the bed to get to the phone before he attacked. But we took him to the campground for, a family reunion. And we just got done at the pool, and the dog is in one of our trailers. So we go in and change from our clothing. And, dude, he bit the top of my pee-pee.
What?
He was such.
What were you doing?
He was such the worst dog. Overall, just attitude. He loved my parents, but hated me and my sister. So it wasn't a great experience. But we didn't want to get rid of the dog. You kind of wanted to keep it and see it out.
Maybe improve the behavior.
It's hard when you have 6 and 7-year-olds trying to play with the dog and also try to.
Do you have some peanut butter on there?
No, it's just I'm changing from my swimsuit to my regular clothing, and you're in this trailer.
Sure you are.
And so there's not a lot of room, and so I don't know if it looked like a treat to him or if he was just pissed he was in the trailer.
He actually lunged at
it right underneath where I'm at, because it was a smaller dog. It's a terrier, Scottish Terrier. It's not terribly big or tall, and it jumped up as
Black
I was
dog.
Going from.
How old were you?
Shoot, 6, 7 years old.
Oh, he probably thought it was just a little hot dog.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It probably thought it was just a treat.
Little nub.
Yeah, and it was brutal. It hurt so bad.
Jackson, please don't stop with the hoodie. Take that blue T-shirt off too, you naughty boy. Give us what we want. Golf coach. It's kind of hot in here.
It's body heat and breath. Because when I first get here in the morning, it's pretty chilly in the studio. But
the heat's up. We can control it in here. We don't need a key. We don't have to call somebody with the key to come turn the heat on. We can do it ourselves.
I forgot there was a plastic box locked
under key. Well, why don't you turn it down over there, Jackson? It's right behind you.
I think it's fine.
Now that I got the T-shirt on,
it's fine.
I'm loose.
I think it's fine.
I'm throwing free and easy, like I'm down in spring training.
Best shape of your life,
some would say.
Hey, I do have a question before we get to the cuts of the week.
Of course.
We're really killer.
As I say a lot of times, my mind's always working.
Clip that out, please.
No, seriously, I'm always thinking about certain things.
You're a genius.
Like if I'm watching TV or something comes up, I wonder about that, and I'll go Google it. But last night I was, I'd taken some hamburger out of the freezer. I was going to make chili, and it was like 2.5 pounds of hamburger. So I can use 2.5 pounds of hamburger in chili. But I said, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use like 2.25 pounds and I'm going to make a hamburger. I haven't had a chili cheeseburger in a while. So I'll make my chili, and then I'll do my hamburger. I'm going to make a chili cheeseburger. And I thought to myself, you know what? That's kind of weird. That's acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Meat on top of meat. I have a burger. Now I'm putting more meat on top of that burger. It's good, but you don't see other things. Like I don't go to a restaurant. Why can't you go to a restaurant and say, I'm going to have the strip steak, and can you top that with a lamb chop?
Now you have the bacon.
You can't have the meat on top of meat in some instances, but it's fine. You're not going to order a hamburger and put a sliced hot dog on top of it.
I would.
I think it's all about the consistency and flavor because we actually made chili last night and we made spaghetti noodles. We did a chili 5-way. We cut up some red onions.
Stepfather's chest.
I don't put beans in mine, so.
Good for
See,
you.
we do, and I like it either way. But chili is one of the best because it's an all-purpose. Because we do chili cheese dogs the next day, so we'll make hot dogs.
Yeah, you can put chili on cheese dog, which is hot dog, meat on top of meat. But there's other meats you don't see going on top of other things.
Your mind is always working.
Yeah, I would say, never heard anybody go to a restaurant and say, I'm going to have a strip steak, and I would like a slice of pork steak on there, too.
Great
They're
piece
going to look at you, what? But if you order a hamburger with chili on it, you're putting meat on top of meat.
Great
no
piece
problem
of thinking there, Stephen Hawking. That's from Carlos Spicy Wiener.
Well, like I said, you have the bacon wrap fillets, which is meat on meat. It's about the only thing I remember being, and those are.
Now you can get a steak with, like surf and turf with a lobster tail.
But that's not meat.
Lobster
I'm talking
not
about
meat.
No, it's fish.
And I think because red meat, because hamburger and.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
It's red meat.
Well, you should always probably try to cover up the taste of a hot dog.
No,
it's like the lowest form of meat out there.
Wrong.
Hot dogs are made of
You get a Hebrew National. Hebrew Nationals are good.
Those, you get the actual, I told you about the actual Franks at O'Connell's. Like, dude, a chili cheese dog is very underrated. I like to put mustard on mine. That's how traditionally they're made and eaten. Some people don't like that. I understand that. But there's nothing better with some onions. You got some cheese and the chili with the bun. You put a little bit of mustard.
Everything's better than a hot dog.
I like hot dogs.
No.
Oscar Mayer hot dogs are good. That's the only hot dog I will eat other than a Hebrew National. If they're on sale, I'll get them. Otherwise, Hebrews are pretty expensive.
That's right.
I don't like the cheese-filled hot dogs. That's where I draw the line to where it's like, that's too processed even for me.
If you're desperate and all the golf course has when you're at the turn is a hot dog, okay. If you're at a baseball game, there's not a huge selection usually. Okay. Other than that, you shouldn't be eating hot dogs.
What about a brat? Different?
They seem to be a little better.
Now, I'm gonna give you a pro tip here. Where's my camera? I'm going to look right into the camera and tell folks. You go to the Cardinal games. They have a stand. I believe it's Cone's Deli. What you get is the pastrami dog. Hot dog, a kosher dog. The only hot dog that anyone should ever eat, kosher dog.
Because it's been blessed?
No, it's just because it's made better and it's all beef. There's no pork in there. And then what you do is you get it has the deli mustard, some onions, just a little sauerkraut, not too much, just a little. And then they cover it in this beautiful pastrami.
Oh.
Now you got meat on top of meat.
Right, but it's delicious.
It just sounds horrendous.
Delicious. Pastrami dog at the Cardinals game.
And
They're not paying for this
when
either.
You say it's beef, does that mean it's the entrails of the cow?
I assume filet.
You'd be wrong there. It's every piece of ground up bone and everything else.
See, I love hot dogs, but I can't do any ketchup at all.
No, ketchup on a hot dog is stupid.
I love
mustard,
ketchup.
and I like relish, but I love mustard, relish, and that's my hot dog.
And some onions. I don't know who can put ketchup on a hot dog.
Just about everybody.
I do.
I don't like the taste of ketchup.
Why?
I do on a hamburger. I just don't on a hot dog.
What do you put on your fries, boy?
I love barbecue sauce. I love ranch. I even love the chipotle mayo sometimes with my fries. I'm a condiment fiend, but ketchup doesn't come into play. Culver's fries, I will use ketchup for some reason.
Because the crinkle cut?
The crinkle cut with the ketchup it's really
It holds
good.
firm, Doug.
Yeah.
Now sometimes I'll put mayo on a hot dog.
Me too. I love it.
And on a hamburger.
I like really light mayo.
Oh, yeah.
Peanut butter and mayonnaise. Now, that's a good sandwich.
Mayo's good on anything. I've never had a sandwich where I said, this could use a little bit of mayo. I had a banh mi last night. I put some mayo on it.
A banh mi?
It's a Vietnamese sandwich on a French baguette. It's delicious.
What's in there?
Pork, pate, cilantro, jalapeno.
What kind of pate?
Oh.
Goose liver?
I assume. And
goose liver pate.
And I put a little bit of mayonnaise on there. It's delicious.
That'd be like a spread. Goose liver pate.
See, the only time I really like the mayo is, after Thanksgiving, you got the leftover turkey. There's nothing better than a white bread. You just put that light slab of mayo. You put the cold turkey on there with a little pepper.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe even melt some cheese on there if you'd like.
Sure.
It is. Yeah. That's the only time I really like the mayo is with, kind of a turkey. I can't do mayo with, like a burger or especially a hot dog. I just don't. No. The mix.
Well, I guess the meat on meat thing is just.
That's just
how
your
big it
wacky.
Is.
That's just
how
your
big it is.
Brilliant mind.
You get a poor boy sandwich. You get a sub sandwich. There could be 4 different kinds of meats. Meat on top of meat on top of meat.
Sure, good.
But you can't really order a 16-ounce ribeye with a 4-ounce lamb chop on top.
Because that would be stupid.
But it would be meat on top of meat.
Two premier
Yeah, it would also be 2 main courses, actually.
Be $100 meal.
I was just thinking about that last night.
I believe in the country of Colombia. My buddy who's Colombian tells me they like on their hot dogs or hamburgers, they put mayo, ketchup, and crushed up potato chips.
Oh.
And they're really, really good.
Similar to a chip buddy in England where you just put
but that's fries.
Butter bread and French fries.
See, I like chips on a cold deli meat sandwich. You do some ham or turkey on a white bread.
Yeah.
You just, put a couple chips in there and do a little smash. Just have them crumble up a little bit. It's really good because it's a texture thing in terms of like having a sandwich. It's the crunch.
Could you be eating any worse than crunched up potato chips on a hot dog? I mean, is there anything worse?
Well, I meant deli sandwich.
That's got to be the worst, cheapest, most.
Have you ever had a?
For you?
Is it Hoosier?
You ever had a hot dog?
Yes, absolutely Hoosier.
You ever had a hot dog?
I try not to.
And then you have
yes,
a bag of potato chips with it.
And I'm not very proud of it, but I do it.
You put it together and eat it all at once.
It's hot dog. It's desperation food. I'm starving. Do we have anything? A hot dog. Okay, I'll have it.
Look, if Steve's hot dog wants to run by a couple of hot dogs, I'm absolutely going to eat it.
Fire.
We still have 30
The one
minutes.
with mac and cheese on is really good. Well, before we get any hot dogs or get to the Burr Rally Cutlery Cuts of the Week, I want to hear a little bit about enterprise contracting.
Yeah.
Enterprise Contracting and the great Connor Lee, your locally owned and operated storm damage insurance in roofing, siding, and gutter replacement and repair. They can help evaluate your home for storm damage from hail and wind that the St. Louis area continually receives year-round. Not looking to go through the insurance claim process? Enterprise Contracting can help you get financed for your exterior replacement project. Upgrading your exteriors helps your home value and resale value if you are considering selling your home during the current record high home values. Give the pros at Enterprise Contracting. Give them a call and inquire about their free storm damage evaluation or ask them about their ongoing seasonal promotions. Just mention the Ryan Kelly Morning After and receive major savings. 314-455-5000. Connor Lee and Enterprise Contracting. 314-455-5000. And make sure you reference TMA.
All right, let's get right to it. Let's get to the Burr Rally Cutlery Cuts of the Week.
Hit the lever, Plowsy.
Cuts of the Week are brought to you by Bertarelli Cutlery. Visit them on the Hill or online at bertarellico.com. Cut 1.
I got a situation. I have to take a massive poop.
Right now? Right now?
I am in a
Who
spot.
announces that on the radio?
Well, I'm in a job where during a break I have to be back within like a 5-minute period.
We'll make it efficient.
No, I'll do it when you guys get back on.
Well, if you got to go, sweet Prince, I don't want you to.
You're not going to have an accident now.
I can hold it.
We just won't call for a drop or anything for the next 10 minutes.
I'll come in there, Flossie.
Yeah, we're going to Doug. It's the first time in the 18 years of the show that a gentleman has to excuse himself.
You're going to take something to read?
Well, I have to go to the Hollister bathroom to take a giant dump.
Boy, what if somebody's in there?
Well, then,
Get
God
yourself
bless them.
regular, man.
If they're listening, I would, get your exit strategy now because it is going to be a bomb.
Doug, I usually go right by there at 9 o'clock to get my protein shake, and now I'm going to have to hesitate.
Gosh.
Here comes Jackson.
You talking about the single bathroom right there?
No.
Okay, because I use that one.
Jackson tagging in. You'll notice him and Doug are wearing the same thing.
This is an emergency situation. He's running. He's
going to the other bathroom.
He's got a prairie dog.
Oh, I like people taking shots at Jackson.
Do you really? You got to go again?
Get yourself ready.
He's jumping up and down, Doug. He's jumping up and down.
JV golf coach. He wants us out here
I
quickly.
can smell it. Did you break wind?
Oh, I farted.
Open up the door. Open up the door.
Dutch oven.
God, what's
It is a Dutch oven right now. I'm sorry.
Put a mask on.
Pick a damn emailer.
No.
Were you picked?
I Yeah, I did.
I'm talking to Iggy.
I'll go Kevin Miller.
I pick whatever Doug picked.
David's head coach.
Ryan Kelly, what do you have to buy?
Cut.
2. There's gratuity in the check already. But they would give me extra if I did, and some of the other waiters weren't getting that. So at the end of the week, I could make an extra $300, $400, $500 just in side tips when the other waiters, well, he's making all the tips. Well, I'm doing all the flambés. I sell the flambés. Like, hey, have you guys tried the Cherries Jubilee? Because I know they're going to tip me. You guys don't want to work. So then they wanted to, well, let's pool all of our side tips. And I said, I'm not doing that. Plus, I'm the shop steward. I make the rules, so we're not doing that.
Oh, brother. You're throwing your weight around.
I will say, it got to my head. The power got to my head a little bit.
That surprises me.
The power of the flambe.
No, the power of being the shop steward kind of got to my head. I got kind of a big head.
You were like Christopher Moltisanti in Sopranos.
Well, what I said went. We took all the money away from the management, like the maitre d' and assistant maitre d', and they said, you're not getting any of our money. You don't do anything. So I took all of that away from it, and we went from making like $300 a week to $1,000 a week.
Well, okay.
Because we were taking all their money. And I said, look, if you want to get paid, go to management. You're management. Let them pay you. We're not paying you. And we could do what we wanted to, because if they didn't say yes, then we just went on strike.
Cut.
3. And yesterday, while not paying attention to the update, Plowhawk, I am calling for you, that I wasn't even paying attention. All of a sudden, I heard what happened, and here's what took place for Action Jackson yesterday.
Oh, you double dipped. This is Action Jackson with a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff, Chevrolet, and Autoplex. The Chiefs defeat the Bills last night in an overtime thriller, 42-36. The Chiefs will advance to play the Bengals in Kansas City, while on the other side, the Rams defeat the Buccaneers to take on
49ers.
The 49ers.
I think you're doing a shoot.
That was another Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff.
You got it. That's great.
I think you're doing
a thing now. He needs to do that on every update, just to keep the listener involved and thinking.
49ers. Him just off the air. Hey.
I looked over because the silence is what caught my attention. And then I looked over, and I saw this look on Jackson, and Doug, it looked like a gentleman who was drowning. And he had this look. For those of you who went to the University of Missouri and ever watched a KOMU newscast, and you saw somebody do their first live shot, and they were petrified when they went to them, and then they immediately changed Jim Azers.
Cut.
I'll leave it at the 4.
I'm blessed to have a lot of matted tufts on my man region.
Jack is home. Hello, Jack.
It is thick. It's dense.
Jack,
it's itchy.
come here, Jack.
But the thing is, in a survival situation, I have the upper hand because I'm able to
think
start
that's
a
gonna
fire.
keep you warm?
That's
because
correct.
it's the same as kindling.
Listen, yeah.
I mean,
his pubis is kindling.
I don't know.
when somebody that's shaved like a porpoise, gets kind of stranded out in the middle of nowhere, how are they going to start a fire, Doug?
That's correct.
Hair burns so quickly, I don't know that it'll start the
Yes,
But it'll start the fire.
Yes,
it's the
that
fire starter.
Come on, Doug. You get one little spark. Like if I am in like a humid area, I'm kind of worried about self-combustion.
You're saying literally there's flames coming off of this hair?
I was watching a new haircut video with ASMR August. And as she's doing it, she says to the fake person whose hair she's cutting, she said, and don't worry, someone will clean up the hair later. We saved the hair because, hair is like energy. And if you've ever had your hair start on fire, it sparks really easily. So we're donating our hair to a company that uses it for energy.
Oh, boy.
And I don't know why she's going through all this, because she's talking to nobody.
It's a fire starter, baby. So I got enough for at least a week.
Really, if you were stranded somewhere, you could keep a fire going for a week based on the tufts of your nether region.
Cut.
5.
Why is Missouri going to put you in the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame?
I don't know. I've been doing it for 30 years. I'm pretty good at what I was doing.
Well, a lot of people have just stuck around for a long time.
I was the best at what I did for a very long time.
All right.
Well, there wasn't a producer in this city that could touch me.
Where are my oven mitts?
You don't know how I got some of these guests, and how I got phone numbers from. I got phone numbers that nobody else could get.
So you're going to go in based on phone numbers?
Well, that's how you get guests on. I once got David Copay on the air. You remember David Copay?
No.
And this is probably unethical, what I did back then. I wouldn't do it now, but back then I would do almost anything to get a guest on. I said, okay, I just want to thank you because, I'm in sports radio. I have to go talk to all these athletes. I'm around all these jocks all day long. And as a gay gentleman, it's hard for me to deal with that. And because of your article, I've been able to do that. He goes, I'm glad I helped. When can I come on? I pretended I was gay to get David Copay.
Cut.
6.
Mourn. I normally don't have to rush to the men's latrine with such haste.
Don't say latrine.
But my gerbil Manny ate an undercooked pork McGriddle, and his indigestion was jostling my colon to the point that I just couldn't clench onto the prairie dog much longer.
Oh, God.
That it?
I kicked open the family arena men's room door, and I saw a gentleman at the urinal, his arm against the wall, and releasing guttural moans that could only be heard over near the fry bar.
Oh.
As I waltzed nigh his stubborn pelvic floor, I sensed a stinging on my nostril that conveyed to me that he had an asparagus dish at dinner last eve. I crept up behind him, stuck my hands in his back pockets of his jorts, and whispered in his ear, "Were they roasted? Did you marinate those spears in a stew consisting of a loosely related gentleman's sweet tinky brine?"
Okay.
Tinky brine, baby.
I let his splashback warm my arms. I let his waist warm my soul.
No.
Think about it, Doug.
That's enough.
Tunnels Talty.
Tunnels Talty just got himself suspended. I'm writing his name in the suspension log, and it is indeed leather bound.
I'm writing his name in the cuts.
Tunnels Talty will be suspended a period of 2 days' time, and I don't expect it feels real good.
And those were the cuts of the week.
Wow, what a week.
What a week.
Great week on the
Just
floor. Where'd Iggy go?
He'd had enough. He'd simply had enough.
There he is.
Hey, Eggs. He's back with the Hoosiers goblet.
I was getting coffee talking to Mark Close.
Hey, Mark Close.
Okay.
Another legend. I mean, you can't swing a dead cat around here without hitting a legend.
Right, and you being one of them.
Not me, no.
Iggy, I noticed you're wearing Birkenstocks today. Are those new? I haven't never seen you wear those.
These are actually knockoff Birkenstocks.
Oh.
It's an unusual shoe to wear when in the middle of a blizzard.
Oh, those are corduroy Birkenstocks.
Well, they're Sun and Stone is the name of the company. I love Sun and Stone. Great company.
How do you know it's a great company?
Well, I get a lot of stuff from there. Their shirts and things like that.
But
They're very
the shoes are good. Doesn't mean the company necessarily is a great one.
well. The things I buy from there are good.
Okay.
But they came up with a shoe that's everybody stole from Birkenstock. I mean, Birkenstock stole from the Earth shoe back in the day. So there's just a form of Birkenstock. It's just Sun and Stone. And I like them. They're corduroys.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet.
And they're comfortable, too.
People don't usually wear slippers like that when there's a blizzard outside.
Well, it's not a blizzard, so they're very comfortable.
Jabab the Bookie disagrees. Hey, Meat Man Strode. It's absolutely coming down in Creve Coeur right now.
God
Get the
almighty.
damn forecast right or not.
Well, I'm in Creve Coeur. I'm looking out the window in Creve Coeur.
And see the snow coming
That's
down.
blowing snow.
Did Birkenstocks make snowshoes?
Well, I would hope.
Well, these got good soles on them.
Doug, where's Creve Coeur rank in your municipality rankings?
I'd say Creve Coeur would be
top 10.
Probably would be top 10. Yeah. It's not 1 or 2.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. It borders
It's, 8 or
Olivet.
9.
Borders Olivet.
Yeah.
Just down the road and
Borders my
right,
neck of the woods, Maryland Heights.
Maryland Heights. It's kind of right dead center. Is this the most central municipality? I think Olivet actually might be.
The central is in the population center of
the county, yeah. Like dead center.
Probably a little north of here.
I think for me, in terms of living in the city, what I deem as centrally located would be Webster, Kirkwood
That's
area.
south. That's south.
That's southwest.
But for me, it's halfway between some of the county areas and the city as well. So like that to me is kind of that halfway.
The population center is probably Maryland Heights or a little north of that. You forget how big Florissant is huge.
You're right.
Hazelwood, Ferguson, those are highly populated areas.
Maryland Heights is huge, and it still has a lot of open land.
Yeah.
People are still building things in Maryland Heights.
Is Wildwood the biggest municipality or Chesterfield?
Oh, no. Not Wildwood, for sure. I think it's Chesterfield, about 50,000 people close to it.
It's crazy. That is
or
crazy.
Florissant. Wildwood or Chesterfield or Florissant, I think.
You know what's not crazy is using engineered design facilities. The sponsor of our text inbox, Plaza. Can I hear a little bit about EDF?
If you have visibility to your company or place of business's commercial fire alarm panel and system, please work with Engineered Design Facilities. That's EDF, the sponsor of our text inbox on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Fire at edf-rg.com is where you would email, and they will have a technician come out and pre-evaluation of your system and offer the most competitive contract pricing in the market. You can also check them out anytime at edf-rg.com. EDF.com, the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of the Ryan Kelly Morning After. EDF is Missouri and Illinois preferred full-service vendor for licensed and certified professional servicing, monitoring, and testing for fire alarm services and systems, fire suppression systems, fire alarm system monitoring services, and tenant improvements and construction. Email them at fire@edf-rg.com or check them out online at edf-rg.com.
Steve Klein's Dirty Hat has his Mount Rushmore. Kirkwood, Baldwin, Creve Coeur, Ladue is the STL County Mount Rushy.
I'd say Sunset Hill's number one because that's where everyone wants to live.
Right. It's a cultural hub.
Yeah.
Any houses for sale in your neighborhood?
Oh, they don't stay on the market very long.
Oh, yeah.
Kenny.
You know where I got dinner the other night at a Thai restaurant in Chesterfield. And you know what I passed?
What?
Nooning Tree.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Well, that's desirable.
And I looked at it. Boy, I
Can't
said,
get in
boy,
that place.
Boy, do I desire to live there.
Are they really big houses?
Yeah, they're huge.
Are they?
Yeah. What's up with Chesterfield not getting any street lights on any of their roads? Like I'm driving down Olive in Creve Coeur or in Chesterfield. Not a single light. I'm driving in complete darkness.
I don't know.
I was about to put my high beams on, but I did see that they lit up the sign that said Nooning Tree.
See Vishnu out there?
Yeah, and Randy Character and Jeremy.
They certainly got a large enough tax base with all those stores in the valley there.
Right.
Yeah, if I promo Kirkwood, and that area is like the roads are so bad on Manchester, yet the tax rate is so huge in Kirkwood. It just
pothole city over there. I
It's-
almost
it's
hit a deer on
crazy.
Manchester right by the old station. I almost a deer came flying out in front of me and I clipped it.
Like,
you hit it?
Well, it clipped me. Like it clipped the back, in the back near my gas tank. And it clipped me, and no damage, but it scared the hell out of me. It was just running in the middle at like 1 o'clock on Manchester.
Yeah, I've seen that kind of thing too. I suppose there's deer everywhere, all over St. Louis. Yeah, we had a bear in St. Louis for a while.
Right,
Remember that?
right. Ooh, it was right by my apartment in Brentwood, like right by where the YMCA in Brentwood is.
Yeah,
it was right there.
I used to swim there.
Yeah, Brentwood swim. You would pull up in what kind of car? T-Bird.
I don't know. Back in the day, I probably got a ride.
But didn't you say you got next to the fence and everyone was like, Iggy, come
Well,
on
that was
in.
Brentwood Swim Club.
Gotcha.
That's where I belonged. But before that, I would have to go swimming at the Y, right there on Brentwood Boulevard. Yeah. Mount Rushmore, probably Maryland Heights. I've lived there now for 17 years. Lovely little city. And then Brentwood, growing up in Brentwood, it's still a great city. I always like going down to Dogtown.
fantastic.
That's developed.
Would that be a municipality or a neighborhood?
That's
in
the city of St. Louis.
It's a
Just
city.
a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Not a city. It's the city of St. Louis.
Well, I'm still saying Dogtown. It's got a name.
Okay, but it's not
I've got a name.
Well, so if it's got a name, I consider it a town.
See, I put Tower Grove and Dogtown into mine.
But these are just neighborhoods
Those are
in the
neighborhoods,
city.
yeah, those
the
are
city would be the
municipality.
municipality, essentially.
I mean, Creve Coeur is a neighborhood, right?
No, it's a
Like,
municipality.
It feels
They have
like,
their
I
own-
mean, it
they
feels
have
like it. Tower Grove is
But they have their own police
widespread.
department. They have their own. There's no Tower Grove Police Department.
You don't know that.
You're right.
Well, sure, it's a city of St. Louis.
Right.
The
I do
park
not-
has a police
I do
department.
not know that.
I guess we don't.
Hey, Beer Cats, we need fries and chicken tenders at my cabana at Brentwood Forest. Taste me. That's from Nitro.
I was busy at Angry Beaver.
Marrying the ketchup. All right, before we get to the design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day, Blasey, if you could just play a little bit about Stratum Structural Systems.
Yeah, so in Van. And
Two.
I didn't think we had Stratum
but-
on the log today.
No, it's all right, Blasey.
Okay.
People get a meow
You
in
take
there
your
as
sweet
well.
time.
Oh, stop, Doug.
Just the sponsor.
Stratum Structural
Stop.
Systems waterproofing and foundation repair. If you have any waterproofing or foundation repair needs, think local. Think Stratum and work with the great Matt Ford and the great Brett Groman. StratumRepair.com, 314-620-8153. When you talk with them, let them know you are a Ryan Kelly Morning After listener, and the next thing you know, you just got $100 off your repair project. For basement crack repair, for foundation piering, for settling homes, for bowing or rotating wall repairs, for basement waterproofing services like sump pumps, interior and exterior drainage solutions, egress window installation, concrete leveling, and downspout extensions. It's Stratum Structural Systems. Online at stratumrepair.com, 314-620-8153. That's Stratum Structural Systems. Online at stratumrepair.com.
Congrats, Tim.
Congrats again, Tim. God bless.
love Tim.
Yep. Looking forward to see you on Monday, but hope everything is well. And
So who will be the next among us to have a child?
You want to put a little
It'll
bet down?
definitely
Well, I
be-
mean, there's probably only 2 of us that are alive.
Yeah, I would say-
And I would say Plowsy is much more in the front row.
I would have to put myself on that list.
Will Plowsy.
That could happen at any time now.
I love kids, man. I really want them. Yeah, I mean, I want Madison to be out of school. It's her last semester, get herself established in her career.
Yeah.
And kind of selfish of me going, okay, you're about to start your career. Get yourself pregnant and have to go through all that process, maternity leave. So I want her to get her, feet on the ground professionally, get herself established. So I'm in no hurry. She's younger than me, which is to my advantage. Because if my first kid pops out when I'm 38, I'm just fine with that.
Sure.
Now my second one at 42, and call it a day.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, it's time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Hey, dear Hubbard Human Resources. Did we really just bring in a show whose producer's diet consists of what most people expect to see at a 6-year-old's birthday party? Monday, this same gentleman was seen barreling down the halls like a feral hog on his way to release 2 pounds of Hostess and a TV dinner back into the wild. True to TMA form, this animal left the stall door open in what we can only assume was another play to assert dominance over the other employees. Assuming he wiped properly, the perpetrator would then strut back down the hall like a serial killer. But was that the end? Absolutely not. Here comes his second trip, frantically unbuckling his belt to reveal a bird's nest spilling out the top of his Captain America underoos. At the time, we engaged active shooter protocol, locking down our wing until the threat was contained. No one was prepared to experience a red bear and poverty loaf. Oh, leaving his bowels for nearly 45 minutes. Bathing himself 3 times in the sink like a pigeon did nothing to remedy the smell. It was nigh unbearable. Rivaling last week's fish incident with BJ and the Bear, or whatever those old guys' prison/radio names are. We never imagined surviving a hostage situation here at Hubbard, but here we are. Considering there's a formal complaint, that's from Uncle Nuggets, Esquire, legal representation for Courtney's show on 106.5 The Arch, etc.
Nice.
Uncle Nuggets, Esquire.
Knuckles.
You do.
We found many ways to stink up this place over the last few
Yeah, we
weeks.
have. We're good at it.
Barreling down like a feral hawk.
That's true. That's how it was.
Mourn, ladyboys. Like any good craftsman, it's evident that Boots has been in the lab adding some new tools to his hijacking tool belt, so much so it's gotten to the point where he doesn't even let others finish their sentences before boxing out the dais. Want openly daydream about the golf courses you want to play the most? Don't mind me, I'm going to cut you off there and tell an uninvited story about how I spent the day on the toilet after 10 White Castles. Got a childhood memory you want to share about the St. Louis Hawks? Let me butt in real quick and tell you a little story about how I took a dump on someone else's coffee table in a field of waist-high grass that was used by people who apparently enjoyed drinking coffee sitting in a field of waist-high grass. Got another anecdote about dropping 25 on a future NBA All-Star. Don't worry about me. I'm just going to butt in and share a made-up dream that I had about a male listener and that girl from the fan page that I've been subliminally mentioning every day and waiting on her divorce to finalize in hopes that she reluctantly comes over to the patio to feast on my flesh.
Well, the dream wasn't about her, so.
Sharing is caring, Kenny, and never forget the golden rule of radio. What would Tim do? Kisses, Dale in HD2.
Dale in HD2.
An ode to holes. Holes, little holes, big holes, tight holes, loose holes, dirty holes, clean holes, holes. We all have them. We all need them. Some for work, some for play. A hole's a hole, right, Doug? That's from Scott's Wrinkled Ball Stack. P.S. The show is better than ever. Jackson, you're doing great, and Plowsy, we're so lucky to have you and your well-endowed body back. Have a good weekend, boys.
Great guy.
Scott's Wrinkled Ball Sack.
Great father.
Ahoy. Wow, wow, wow. Yet again, you scalded me ear holes with so many takes, so many hot takes. This ma'am, I mean. Speaking of that, Doug may not be able to determine the age of a tortoise by peeping its crusty old shell, but I guarantee he knew Homeboy was exactly 45 when he grabbed hold of me swinging wrench. How do you do? Concerns, thoughts, no fooling. Lefty Jacksmear.
What in the world? Lefty Jacksmear.
Plowsy is typing away right there.
Man, he is going fast.
All right, and finally.
Okay.
Hey, Iggy, we're going to guess a bunch of foreign cities in just a moment. But first, would you care to explain the incorrect Strodecast for the second day in a row? The non-showering Ledoux bench warmer asked his senior subordinate. Well, I'm not wrong because it's not snowing. When I say snow, I mean accumulation. kind of like the snow that's accumulating on the ground outside. But I was wrong. Yes, that white stuff you see falling from the sky, that's not snow. Look, no one knew it was going to snow today. Every forecast was wrong. I wasn't wrong because it's not snowing, but no one knew it would snow. Let me deflect for a moment, if I may. My friend George Hansford owns a boat in Key West in my childhood's home, garage/bedroom/food pantry/basement/hockey rink/piss drain has a big green furnace. And can you believe the current owner wouldn't let me wander around their house? I even showed her my ID. And don't get me started on that fake punt from last year's Army-Navy game. Anyhow, that's not snow because I'm not nervously lying. Who can't get a forecast right to save his life? Oh, look, Danny Mack is here to save me from telling more lies. You all should be embarrassed. That's from the JV golf coach. That's what we got.
JV golf coach.
What do you got, Doug?
You know what? I'm going to go with a fellow by the name of Uncle Nuggets Esquire.
Legal representation for the Courtney Show on 106.5 The Arch, etc.
Yeah, that's who I'm going with.
Well, I know who should be embarrassed, and that's every one of our emailers today.
Wow, sending a message.
This may be the worst batch we've ever had.
Okay.
Well, I'm not very good at reading. I want that out there. So it might be a combination
Could
of poor
be. I think
emails
you did
and
fine.
poor
It's
diction on my part.
Just the content wasn't good.
Sure.
So I'm not voting.
Oh,
I'm not
abstaining.
let Plowsy vote. I'm just going to name somebody just to be naming somebody. They all suck, and I'm not voting for anybody.
Was it because you weren't paying attention?
I was paying attention.
I mean,
I was waiting for one good, and all of them were mostly lies, and then the ones that were lies were no good.
But I'm going to go with Sconce and Ballsack because it was short, sweet, talked about holes, gave us a little compliment. So, Jackson, you get to decide.
Well, there's a lot of pressure on me here. I liked Scott's Wrinkled
Yeah, you better
Ballsack.
vote for one of the two because I'm not voting. I won't break the tie.
We asked Rock.
Knock on the door and have Riz come in.
I liked Lefty Jack Smear, but I'm going to have to side with Doug. I like Uncle Nuggets Esquire. Uncle Nuggets, congratulations. You have won. Well, Plowsy, you weren't with us, but in December we had like 20 straight days with a different emailer winning. It was really something special.
That's actually pretty cool.
It was really the same guy with 20 different names, but yeah.
Allegedly. That's going to do it for us today, fellas. Uncle Nuggets Esquire, congratulations, sir.
Nice. Good win.
What a week.
Yeah, great week, I think. I think we really stepped up in the absence of our leader. We stepped up, and we did great journalism.
Hey, the cuts and the drops were good. We obviously had good content here throughout the show.
I guess the only thing to hang our heads about is the forecast.
Yeah, we did botch that.
I mean,
See any snow outside?
There a Gander Mountain nearby.
No, I
I
don't
need to
see
get
a-
my tent because I may have to stay somewhere.
I don't see a flake. I don't see anything on the ground. I don't see anything in the grass. I don't see anything on the cars.
I wouldn't even try to get home, fellas.
I don't see anything, and I think that's the problem. I can't see anything
So
because
it's a
it's a
darn
whiteout.
whiteout, yeah.
I think it's time to hunker down.
I'm sorry, Iggs. I know he hates that.
Well, Tim will be back Monday. Congrats again to him and Anna Marie and the entire McCurran family. God bless.
God bless.
Happy and healthy lives to everybody. Right?
Sure.
Have a great weekend, boys. That's going to do it for us today on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. We'll be back Monday, full squad. Tim will be back, so look forward to that. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM, The Potted Plant, TMASTL.com, and YouTube.com/TMASTL.
KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. Your home for the Morning After and TMA all day.